You're gonna have a minute of dinner.
Just enough of them to know that we're back in this bitch, baby. We're back. What's poppin', people? It's another episode of Cigars and Ash, and I am your hostess with the mostest, and I can't do this by myself, but I am Loco motherfucking Lou. Next to me is Keith.
The artist form is known as Keith Stash on Instagram.
Keith Stacks. That's it is. Keith Stacks.
Stash.
No, well, he's stacking. He's stacking right now.
No, he's not stashing drugs or anything. It's just stash.
No.
No.
For purely collecting purposes, only Keith Stash on Instagram.
Yes. He'll take your mom, your daughter, your sister, your cousin.
No.
And I'm Cigars and Ash. I mean, wait, no.
Potato.
No potato. I haven't had a potato in a while.
No.
I had potato last week.
This is Joe Fo, everybody.
It's just Joe.
Yeah, Joe Fo, everybody.
So yeah, I'm doing the whole John Cena thing. I'm just posting pictures with no context whatsoever, like hardly any hashtags. You know, little by little, I'm gonna go through my entire collection. What's up there now is I don't think I have to post it about 30 different things. As I do inventory and I have to pull all the collection out and figure out what I have and what I forgot I had and bought a second one because I forgot the first one.
Okay. Well, besides that, and besides the fact that we've been gone for a month, life took over, shit had to be taken care of, and guess what? We're at summer, bitch. We're at summer.
It's hot.
So that means the kids are not in school no more. We still got to go to fucking work. And it's hot as a motherfucker outside. And thank you to the mighty Keith Stash for stashing a nice AC to keep us ass nice and comfortable in this motherfucker because god damn it's hot today. Shit. It's so hot out there, man. My sweat has sweats. It's that bad. But
you know how hot it is? I'm wearing shorts.
Oh
yeah, he's showing legs. That's
a true definition of hot.
Yeah, because if you know Joe, Joe don't wear shorts. He don't show legs.
Don't show legs. Always jeans.
It's always jeans, and every time he puts on shorts, it's like we physically see jeans on him. Like we see long pants on him, even if he has shorts on. So when he mentions that, yo guys, you're not gonna say that I have shorts. Like we're like, what? You wearing shorts? Like we're not looking there, cause dude. Like we always see a move. He's like a free floating apparition, a full torso, just floating apparition.
Just jeans. But what we don't know is that he has a full, a half body full tattoo from the waist down
of jeans.
So make sure that he always has jeans on, even when he has shorts.
Oh man!
All right, so today we're smoking some Cuban sandwiches.
Yes.
Some
the double Toros.
I believe it's double Toro. They're thick.
Pause.
They're thick and long.
But they're soft. They're not dry, which is great.
And you know how long I've had these already?
Yeah. So the humidor is working wonderfully.
Yeah, we are talking about cigars, right?
Of course we are. Because it's not 21 inches of venom. That's why.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Because they're thick and long, but they're also soft.
Well, the tip is soft.
It's crazy veiny from all the leaves. Yeah.
Oh, ew.
So it's been a month, man.
So everybody's been good. Everybody's been happy and healthy. Well, for the most part, since we're smoking.
Well, smoking is what makes me happy.
Yeah.
So I haven't been happy for a month.
For real. Now, a quick rest in power to my boy Classy Thomas, who passed away around April, and he was a cool guy, into collecting, very passionate, very awesome, and he reminds me of the two individuals that's sitting right across from me. So just want to give a quick shout out to my guy who's now in heaven, and I believe he was a cigar smoker too. But classy Thomas. Gonna miss you, buddy. Gonna miss you.
Stay classy.
Yeah, stay classy. In the collecting community, everyone knows him as SpongeBob Square Balls.
Wait, what?
That was his name on YouTube. SpongeBob Square Balls.
What, his balls were square?
No, he just like playing with the names, man. You just find something that just sticks and just sticks, bro.
So
stick.
so he had cubed ice.
Yeah, cubed ice, bro.
Cubed balls.
So,
He rolled them like dice.
So yeah, he's a funny guy. Very, very cool. Very cool. But in the collecting realm, we got blessed by Blitzway. They finally gave us a version 2 of the infamous Ghostbusters in 1/6 scale.
Nice.
How popular this is? In about 2 minutes within the pre-orders opening for the special edition 4-pack with Slimer and the 2 additional heads for Peter and Ray, allotted at $1,500. And then you had the Doctor's 3-pack, which also comes with Slimer and the 2 additional heads, just without Winston, for $250, right? As far as the allotment. Both sold within the minute.
Wow.
So I was lucky enough to get my special edition 4-pack locked in, got my confirmation, so I'm getting me some fucking Ghostbusters, baby. Bustin' makes me feel good. So,
way to be.
Why you tripping, Joe?
I don't know, man. I got some juice on the mic.
You got slimed?
You got slimed on the
I
mic.
slimed the mic. Yeah.
So
They
still have the single individual Ghostbusters that doesn't come with Slimer or the additional head sculpts, which the additional head sculpts are Peter screaming into the walkie-talkie. Basically, it's just a screaming head sculpt, but you put the walkie-talkie towards the face where he's screaming for help, like when he sees Slimer for the first time.
Right, coming down the hallway in the hotel.
Yes, at the Sedgwick Hotel. So then you have Ray's famous cigarette hanging off the mouth, scared face. Venkman. He's like, oh shit, I gotta trap him myself. He sees Slimer, and that's that look. They didn't do a specific expression for Egon, because the Egon head sculpt was pretty much perfect, but they didn't give us an expression. I think they wanted to respect Harold Ramis's likeness and just keep him like that. But they did give us a updated version of Winston's head sculpt, and he looked a little like, I want to say pissed, and I want to say more like, oh shit kind of look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has that, oh shit, I gotta deal with this shit. And it's nice because that head sculpt for the original was a little weak, and the paint job was weak on all the Ghostbusters. This time they updated everything, and it's such a smash hit. If you haven't gotten your set of Ghostbusters, you still can get the individuals, but here's a little salt on the wound for those who didn't get the exclusives. If you was to buy each individual, you're paying a little bit more than you would with the special edition bundle pack, and you get more with the special edition bundle pack. So you're paying more for less, which is a little salt in the wound. But good luck on getting your Ecto 1 1984 Ghostbusters vehicle, because that shit's going for like $4,000-$5,000.
What?
Yes. And
who's this again? Who's releasing this?
Blitzway. And the thing is this, the 1984 Ecto 1 was originally slated for $1,600, and that was like 7-8 years ago.
That's insane.
And they have now the Afterlife vehicle, which is still available at like Big Bad Toy Stores and some other retailers for $1,800, so almost $2,000 out the gate with shipping and tax, right? The problem is this: Afterlife, it works for the Ghostbusters, as they went through some shit with their vehicle, and their vehicle looks a little beat up, right? But it doesn't have that same flair from the first film unless it was clean. So a lot of people are scrambling, trying to figure out how they're going to do this. Me, I'm not too worried about it. I ain't got space. So I'll be good with the 4 and Slimer, and I'm just chilling.
Is
and
it die cast? Because
yes,
I'm looking.
It's die cast.
Oh, that's okay.
It's die cast. It has lights and sound that you could build into the soundboard that's built on top of the rig. And you can plug in a USB and play the soundtrack through the speakers of the vehicle.
But I could have sworn. Okay, I mean, like, obviously there's other people that make it. So, what would you rate the reason why people are hype over this versus the NECA or something else? Is it because it's 1/6?
It's 1/6 is a higher caliber of collecting. So basically, all figures that is in 1/6 scale should, in this time and age, should be in the $200 mark and up, right? And that's including third parties, because after shipping and handling, you're gonna pay almost $200 anyway for a third party 6 scale figure, because that's the tailoring that goes into the outfit, the body proportions that go into the figure, and then the most important part, which is the head sculpt, which you get the details. You're looking at freckles, scars, hair, style of hair, the eyes specifically. You know, some people have dead eyes when you look at your figures, but when you look at 6 scale stuff, it's like they shrunk the person down legitimately. Especially if you have the purrs, the moving eyeballs, and some of the solicitors are saying that this new pack is going to have rolling eye system, while the main company doesn't solicit it. So it's a little give and take. People are saying, yeah, you know, they did it with the Kurt Cobain figure, but they didn't show it with their promotional items. So I'm going with the fact that they didn't do it. They just gave us the extra head sculpt. But the reason why these are so highly sought after, they're the best representation of Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Reyes, and Winston, which is God forgive me, Ernie Hudson.
Yeah,
Ernie Hudson. So they're the best representation. And then they gave us a brand new Slimer that's different from the one from the original special edition 4-pack. And he comes with a pack of glizzies that he can put in his mouth. And I know Joe loves that.
Glizzy.
My favorite part.
See,
So-
like, you know, I'm looking at it. It's, listen, I'm not to say anything about the craftsmanship. It looks fantastic. I'm looking at, I guess this is the mark, the Ecto 1. What was the original retail on it?
160. 1,600.
Okay, so I'm seeing the market on it as still around that price. At least, you know what? I mean, quick Google magic over here. I see between 1,500 and 1,900. I mean, damn, it does look great, but for me, I'd rather get a CGC worth $1,500.
Well, yeah. See, I mean, everybody has that thing.
That's all. That's wow. I mean, I'm looking at it.
All the doors open. I believe the front windows actually roll down.
Nice.
You can roll the windows down. It comes with the gurney, so you can put all the backpacks on.
Yeah.
The engine looks like an actual engine block, so you get to see that. The under chassis looks like an under chassis, even though it's somewhat flat, but you still get to see a lot of the molding for the under chassis. And the shit weighs about 75 pounds.
Damn.
So
how would you compare? How would you compare quality between Mezco and Blitzway?
Oh, Mezco is 112, so you don't put this in the category.
Okay.
But it's more Hot Toys. It's Hot Toys.
Didn't know if they were 112 or 1.6.
No. This is 1.6. So
okay.
So the whatchamacallit, the box itself is like 4 feet long.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So when you get it, it's about like 81 pounds coming out of the crate. So when they ship this to you, it actually has to go on a pallet. So this right here is it's something that I've been wanting for a long time, and I was like, I just gave up on it, and then finally they put it up, and I wasn't hesitating. and I end up beating my supervisor who wanted to get it as well to the punch, and I'm like, yo, it's up. Got mines. He said, oh shit, sold out already. So he went to
I could sell you mine.
He went and got it on Big Bad Toy Store, and they shortly sold out
afterwards.
Yeah, because it's only allotted of 1,500. So only 1,500 pieces that are going to have the entire pack with Slimer, plus the additional Doctor's pack that has 250. So altogether, you're looking a little bit over what 2,750. No, 1,750 items that have the exclusive parts, which is the Slimer and the additional head sculpts for Ray and Peter, which are scene specific, right? Scene specific. And that's what I like with a lot of the films. They have scene specific stuff. I just recently got my Hot Toys Black Costume Spider-Man with the new Tobey Maguire head sculpt, the Bully Maguire, and his expression, the eyes, and the hair sculpt actually look fucking spot on. It's literally like a 9. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. That's Spider-Man. You gotta love it. But a lot of people, they hold Blitzway in high regard because they started coming up a little bit better. They did the Bill and Ted figures, and they were a little, off. But the Ghostbusters, no one took it to that level of realism. Now, if you compare this to like, what is it? Star Ace, which is legitimate 1/6 scale company, and I got their Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I need to get their Slimer because I like the way that Slimer looks. He looks a little bit more aggressive than the one that came with the pack, but he comes in a different base and he lights up. So their Ghostbusters have like the proton stream attached to the wand, and you can't remove it. So it's like, what the hell? And the sculpts on them, I would say Winston is the strongest. Ray and Peter are the weakest.
In terms of the sculpt?
In terms of the sculpt and paint job. Their suits look extra baggy. They look like children in their dad's clothes. But even in saying that, what I would like to do is see if I could find them on a clearance or find them, low stock somewhere, like they just trying to get rid of them because the Blitzway just like took it by storm, right? And what I want to do is cast their busted up head sculpts in green so that way I can make episode 2 of Citizen Ghost from the real Ghostbusters, where the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's fluff that was on their outfits, Peter was supposed to dispose of them. He hid them behind the new containment unit that had a crack in it, and all that negative energy created spectral versions of the Ghostbusters as they took their gear and started blasting them, and they were all over the firehouse. You remember that episode?
I remember that.
So I want to kind of recreate that and have the Ghostbusters have an opposition to themselves, and kind of recreate that and take their baggy clothes and kind of bleach them and then re-dye them in their corresponding colors from the cartoon.
Could you order just replacement of the accessories?
Can I order replacement of the accessories? Like, what you mean?
Like the stuff that comes into, not the exclusive head sculpts, but the jumpsuits and stuff. Can you order it even though you already ordered the set? Can you order replacements?
You can't order replacements. You can put in an order for replacements if your item is damaged. But you can't buy the item's outfit. You can't buy the items separate. Only if third party people who have them. Like, let's say I own
third party people.
Yeah.
Oh.
The people on eBay and part swappers and stuff like that, what they'll do is they'll start parting out their figures and disassembling them and putting them up for grabs. I can do that and then cast the others. But I don't want to ruin Egon's glasses, so I will have to like pry the glasses out and stuff. I don't want to mess with the head sculpts on my personal set unless I buy the knockoff ones, because there's another set from Present Toys, and their sculpts are off too, but to me they're better than the Star Ace. So that's another avenue I can go in order to get Ghostbusters, and their outfits are a little janky, but those janky look is kind of like what I want to kind of change the colors and make them look like the real Ghostbusters from the cartoon, and kind of just do head swaps and have a little bit of fun on my shelf. You know what I mean?
See, I'd be all about buying the janky bootleg knockoff ones for all the accessories so I can pose them. So I can keep original in the box, and I can have my whatever fun on display with the janky ones.
Yeah, but I couldn't do the janky ones because I can see that they don't really look like the actors. You know what I mean? That's why I got the creme de la creme, because I was gonna pay $2,000 for the box set. I only paid what was it? It was over $2,000 for just having the 4 Ghostbusters, right? Not including the accessories from the first one, that was the Slimer, the police barricade from 1984, and the ghost sign, which is the original special edition pack. I would say that was like under $2,000. This one, I'm paying $1,200 for the box set, which is still cheaper than $2,000 for the older set, with this one having better paint and extra head sculpts and stuff. You know what I mean? So, like, I want the best of the best, and that's what it is. Around.
No one's gonna ever take you down. Well, like as far as collecting stuff, let's see what's a new pickup.
It's staring us right in the face.
I was gonna get to that, but I was thinking about what else. I was thinking what else. Like, I swapped out a cut. I upgraded some things that I already had, which were let's see. I got my X-Men 1 upgraded.
Nice.
My actual X-Men 1 CGC 2.0. I had a kind of roughed up looking one that was from CBCS. Let's see, and then Iron Man. My Tales of Suspense is in there.
Nice.
Got a bunch of autographs. But speaking of the new pickup, which I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put, I got this massive collage
in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know. I was fucking bolted to the ceiling. Massive collage cutout. Where they do the the matting and the framing. I can't remember the guy's name that I bought it from, but I've got the Terminator, Arnie's signature. Man, I saw this thing hanging on the wall in this booth at Undiscovered Realm Con at Westchester County Center, and I walked past it. I was like, "It's Arnie? What? Arnie?" He had a certain price on it. It's like, I don't know. Let's see. Let me check it out. I looked it up real quick. I had the certificate number on it. Okay, it all came out legit. It's like, I don't know. Then I hit them in the pockets for like an $80 discount.
Nice. W's.
Like, yes.
That's a nice piece too.
But
where were you when I needed you in Rhode Island last year?
I know.
That Romero.
The Cesar Romero
portrait. They had a Romero portrait. George Romero's portrait.
George Romero.
And I was like, the guy wouldn't budge from $400. And I was like, oh, damn, keep it at least $80 off. I would have got it.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, you bust it. Hey, can we bust it down? Can we go down like $70, $80? Because how much room do you? He's like, oh, I can't do that much. I was like, let's do 80, and then says, I'm giving you the card. You have to cover the tax. I understand. Da, da, da. He's like, all right, fine. I'll knock 80 off of it. Boom. Yeah. But the actual autograph is only like, usually what they do is a little 3x5 card, and then they put all that other stuff around it. The only thing I don't like is that I would have liked if they put more of his other roles in there. So I don't know if I'm going to open it up and then put pictures in there.
You can swap it. It's easy
but
swap.
It's all T1 and T2 photos in there, which is great.
I would have Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, no, you gotta have Conan.
Destroyer.
That's what I said. Like
Kindergarten
you gotta
Cop.
throw Conan on.
Well, no, you have to have Conan. Obviously, it's not the Tuma.
Who is your dad? Who is my daddy? And what does he do?
You know. Well, you gotta have Predator. You have Terminator.
Predator, Terminator, Running Man.
Running Man. Oh, absolutely.
Bro,
Running Man.
come on, come on. That's that shit right there. That's that shit.
Yeah.
Then you got what you call it, the Seventh Day.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Sixth Day. It's Sixth Day.
Sixth Day. You got the Sixth Day. Then you have Armageddon.
Yo, that's a trip movie.
Fuck yeah, it's a trip movie, bro.
Yeah.
Total Recall.
Listen, and Total Recall, yeah.
Three-titted woman, you can't miss that, baby. That's right there in your face.
If you haven't seen or you just slightly remember, definitely go watch Sixth Day. And the other one is End of Days.
End of Days, yes.
Right? Which is pretty good. But Sixth Day, they're not related. End of Days has a darker feel to it.
Yes.
Right? And that's, when that was the atypical role for him because he was like, he's not playing the clean cut good guy. He's like kind of like the rough and tumble cop that's, it's
going through shit.
He's going through some.
He was the John McClane of Arnold.
That was his version of John McClane. But Sixth Day is a trip movie, man. It has to do with cloning, and consciousness and all that stuff.
You got a picture from Twins.
Twins.
With Danny
Jingle all the
DeVito.
way. Oh my god. Jingle all the way. Him as a superhero.
Jingle all the way. He got two. He got two.
I want an Ultraman.
I want a Turbo Man.
Turbo Man. That's what it was. Turbo Man. I don't know.
It's Turbo time, dude. Shit. Total Recall, Running Man. Shit. Hercules in New York.
Hercules in New York was his first one.
His first role, bro.
You forget about True Lies.
True Lies. Oh my god.
I do True Lies for Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
And I get her signature.
Yeah.
Her stripping is right there. Mm-hmm. With 48 hours. I mean, not 48 hours. Trading Places.
Mm-hmm.
Trading Places. Yeah.
That's the other one where she comes out topless.
Yeah.
And just for shits and giggles, because we all know that it wasn't what it was supposed to be. Junior.
Wow. That's a deep cut.
Deep cut.
Deep cut with Junior. I thought you were gonna say Batman Forever with friggin'
you have to put a
yeah.
Mr.
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
All his one-liners that way. All he had was one-liners that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love his new series that I'm watching on Netflix where he's a spy and his daughter's a spy too. I love that.
I haven't watched the first season yet. I'm probably gonna try to burn through it probably this weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
While I'm on vacay, guys, I'm gonna be out of here.
We just got back and we're not coming back next week.
That's fine. Listen, vacay. I could phone in.
Wait, now he wants to phone in.
Now he can phone in. So what? He could be like, all right, guys, I'm in the beach. I'm in the pool and splashing around. You splashing
splash.
Oh man,
this week is gonna be my week of drinking, smoking, swimming, sleeping, and repeat.
There's no fucking involved because that requires work.
I mean, listen.
I mean, you can always just lay back.
He can lay back.
You can always lay back.
No, man. Oh, excuse me. My new addition is I got Eli Manning's signature.
Oh yeah,
Fanaticfest. Yeah, Fanaticfest.
Oh, Fanatics.
So I mean, I went for 2 of the 3 days, which it was cool. I mean, it was much bigger this year than it was last year.
Yeah,
like they really starting to pick it up now.
Mm-hmm.
They're learning more. There's still some things they need to pick up. They sent a survey, and I gave my 2 bits because I'm like, I've gone, to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So near Comic-Con for over 20 years since it first began. I was like, here's what they do that you should be doing as well.
Ooh.
I put down
a little salt in the wound, baby.
No, everything was good. The only thing that they don't, to be honest, everything was good.
Security was lacking. He just wrote it in.
Oh, security was lacking?
In the comment section.
Security was
Step
lacking.
up your game, bitches.
Yes, bitches. Cecilia Reed pop. No, the security was lacking. They had good security, but then the hires that they did for like controlling lines and all that was terrible.
Oh.
Like they had no idea what was going on. So I would ask the question, and I don't know. Like I asked. I went to the SummerSlam kickoff that they had there, and I was asking where the line started. So I said, "Do you know where the SummerSlam kickoff started? Is that a toy? Is that a show?" And
Good.
I was like, "Look, I'm like,
Oh,
you're setting up the line for something. What is it that you're setting up the line for?" And they just told me to stand here. And I was like,
Now hiring bodies.
Yeah,
We're
it was
just
just-
hiring bodies. You don't have to think. Leave your brain at home.
you know, Zach went with me on Saturday, and they had like the section closed off so that no one could go through. I just went through. I told lady, "Oh yeah, I got my cousin over there." She goes, "Oh, okay," and I went through, and I wait for him. When he got it, he was like, "Oh, we got to scan in now. We got to wait on this line to scan in." I go, "No, we don't. Come on," because we know our way in Javits already, so we know how many ways you could go the same, to meet to the same area. There's different passages. So they come with me, and we walk, and I go back to the same lady, and I said, "Oh, I got my badge already. I just came to pick him up." And she looked at me for a while, and she was like, "Okay," and she let me through. And I was like, "Yo, I could probably walk into VIP areas and be like, 'Oh yeah, I left my jacket in there.'" Okay, and I walked in.
You know what it is? You know what it is?
It was.
They recognize a celebrity. They recognize the celebrity.
Yeah,
It's
it
Jack
was like-
Black.
Whatever it is.
Jack Black.
Whatever it is, Mr. Black. Sure.
Yes.
What
I
did
was
you
like,
say,
"Excuse me?"
sir?
No, man. Like it was the security was lacking. Like
It was it? You're trying to say that it was like the no
No,
lady.
no, 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 no.
and she had an Eastern European accent.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the no pledge lady, the no Windex lady from
No, it was
Family
it
Guy.
was like I said, it was Eastern European. Like I was making jokes, but I'll be insensitive at this moment. But like the thing is that they weren't knowledgeable about what was going on in the convention. If you're hired by the convention, by Fanaticfest, you should know what's going on at Fanaticfest. Like,
Right.
granted,
or
I
any convention. Let's just say any
yeah,
convention.
it's any convention. But honestly, I understand. You're not gonna know what every booth is at.
No.
But like, I asked about the ADA line, and they didn't even know what ADA stood for.
Ada.
Yeah, they were like, "Who's Ada?" I never
Ada.
I never heard of her in my life.
Ada. I don't know. All these people were looking for Ada. I don't see her on the list.
And so like it was bad, And then there was the people in black shirts, and those were like the straight up security, and they knew everything. So I was like, "Hey, where?" They're like, "Oh, it's over here, it's over here." I was like they were trying to control the line. They ended up facing the people the wrong way.
Wow.
So the people who thought they were in the front of the line to get seats were actually in the back of the line. So they had to turn everybody over.
Oh, I'd be so upset.
So when
you could just run the line backwards at that point.
So so they had everybody turn over, but then people, what they were doing was hopping the rail, and the people in the blue shirts were just staring, and they were pushing the people in the blue shirts and just like let them through. And the woman, and there was a security guard, a woman in black, and the black shirt, she came laughing, she came running, and she had to push people back, and she told them, "You're supposed to stop them," and they're just looking at her, and I'm like, you need to hire better people.
Yeah. See,
Or you hire them, sit them down, and hey, this is what you're supposed to do. But they were letting people hop the railing and everything. Like I understand. Okay, I thought I was in front. I should be in front. But now you're hopping railing, and you're causing much more of a panic because now people see you hopping.
they're causing the chaos.
People are gonna hop over too,
Right.
And then now you're gonna have hundreds of people hopping over trying to get into the thing. I was like, yo. I was like, that's crazy. I got in. I was in third row to watch the SummerSlam kickoff, which was dope. I got all the pictures, bro.
They gotta hire top flight security of the
He-
world, Craig.
you heard that? He's talking about the bitches.
Yeah,
Please do tell.
Do tell.
No, I'll get there.
I'll get there. He's gonna
Friday-
tease it.
Friday, dude, I was online for 2 hours to get Eli Manning's submission. That's how long his line was. My thing was at 11 o'clock. When you pre-order the signature, they tell you what time you're supposed to be there. I was there at 11. I got out of the line at almost 2 o'clock.
Fuck.
I was like, holy. I was like, and I have my chair. I had so my back was murdering me, and I was like, oh man, I need to get the ADA tomorrow. And this guy had
The pop-up stool.
the guy had a pop-up stool, and he was like, oh, you get it on Amazon, it's Prime. It's like they ship one day, and I go, let me take a look. And I said overnight. I was like, oh, I bought it. 8 o'clock in the morning, waiting for Zach to show up.
Right there.
Right there in front of my door. I grabbed it, got the ADA, and got the CD Lamb signature for my brother for his Father's Day. But then, like I said, went to kickoff and saw Tiffy Time in person. Saw Becky Lynch in person. Yeah, it's that, but for me, it was $27.99. It said like overnight for some reason, and I wasn't gonna argue. And I saw Mommy in person.
Oh, nice.
Rhea Ripley. I think that's like probably the best photo I got of that thing. It was awesome. They talked about SummerSlam. John Cena came out a total dick.
Oh, he came out as a total dick.
Yeah, but a total dick in the nicest way possible.
Really?
Like he was just like, oh, I'm not gonna spoil anything for anybody. You know, you want me to spoil something? Everybody's like, yeah. No, I'm not gonna spoil. That's wrong. Yeah, see, did I ruin your day, guys? Did I ruin your day? And every time they try to bring SummerSlam, he would change the subject. Anyway, so when he came out, everybody was going, John Cena sucks, right? And he was like, yeah. And then after they stopped, one guy like next to me came out and was like, John Cena, I love you. And he was like, you see, that's the real fans. Those are the real fans who will stick with me no matter what I do. And you guys over there, you guys are fake. As soon as I turned, you guys went ahead and say I suck, but you were loving me a year ago or whatever. He was like, yeah, it was just funny. But he was calm. He was collected. Yeah, he wasn't. It was so funny because
he was just there to troll people the whole time.
Pretty much, man. He was there to troll, and it was great.
Oh yeah.
See, look at this photo of Rhea Ripley.
Damn,
that's
bro.
a good photo, man. I think I was right there.
God damn.
Yeah, but she got.
She's still a champion though, right? Shit.
No, but so I got her. You know, man. I got a lot of people came out. Like I said, Tiff came out.
Shit.
She got the belt.
She got the belt.
Because now the women's now have like their own. So like men, they have
Intercontinental, Universal.
Yeah, they all have all the
World Championship. Yeah.
Yeah, then freaking Jey Uso came out.
Oh yeah.
And of course he came out from the crowd. So Jey
of
Uso,
course.
So we're looking. You see my video, and I'm like, where the hell is he at? Everybody's coming from the entrance. Nowhere to be found. And then when they look, he comes from the crowd running in. And then the two dudes in front of me, they get on top of the chairs, so I can't see Jack. And I'm just looking at him like, fuck down. I couldn't post that video because you could hear me say that. I was like, you get the fuck down. I can't see nothing. Like, I understand you're standing up, but now you're intentionally blocking everybody from viewing to act like, I'm like, all right, relax. Mm-hmm. Then he came out, and then people were like, again. So they played this thing. Everybody was eating and doing all that stuff. Freaking CM Punk came out, and I ain't get my camera for some reason didn't record at that point, and I was so pissed off when he walked.
You was just pissed off after that. Yeah, after the whole chair incident, you was pissed off.
No, man. Then Triple H came out to thank everybody. Nice guy. Obviously, he came out to thank everybody. Oh, because of you, the fans, could do this, stuff like that. And everybody was like, do the spit take. Everybody was waiting because he walked out of water. We thought he was gonna do this. He was like, all right, we'll do it. And he was like, oh, Michael Cole, you want to do it? And he was like, oh. And we're like, come on, Cole, redeem yourself, do it. The crowd was saying. He was like, all right. So he goes and does it. Michael Cole does it terrible. He looks like a fountain. It's just like
it just dribbled out.
It's like he's
like little cherub statue, just with his little bow and arrow Cupid spittly thing.
Oh God!
And while I was walking on the floor, Tom Brady walked by me and I didn't notice.
Oh man!
I only realized that after people started pushing me. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, Tom Brady just walked by you. I was like, all right, man, relax. What are you pushing me for? What are you something to do? Just let me get out the way. You can go and
talk to Tom.
Jump on him if you want, whatever. Or try to get through his security. And Gronk passed by me. But Gronk was walking in helmet and the uniform with like 30 other people, so you couldn't tell it was him.
Yeah.
Like later on, when I saw him, like, oh, this is crazy. They walked by me. Oh, that's so cool, whatever. And then I go look at his Instagram, and it's him with a whole bunch of people. Oh, man. All dressed up as Gronk.
That's funny.
So I was like, oh, the group walked by me. He must have been in there. So that was pretty cool. I mean, Fanaticfest, they pretty much did a good job. This time around was much bigger. way more displays. A lot. They used the floor good with a lot of sections. The lines were better than Comic-Con.
Did they set it up like Comic-Con? Like there was vendors upstairs and what was downstairs?
Well, the downstairs was the signatures.
Okay.
So they did the autographs and the photo shoots and the photo op downstairs, and then upstairs was the main section was like the Hall of Fame, CGC and JSA, because they're the same thing now, was down there, and where you pick up the tickets, and then upstairs was the main floor, or the main floor, the vendors and everything else. But like the booths and nothing, they set up. They had Merch Village.
Merch Village.
And to get into Merch Village, you have to walk under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh god.
So that's pretty cool. They had the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, yeah, set up,
section, and you walk in there, and then like you got the train.
Nice.
They had the train set up, and you go inside, and that's a booth with hats and all that stuff. They had another section with soccer stuff. Or football. Or like that, because they had this cool thing where it's football X football. So
Football
basically, it's
X-football.
Yeah, it's a collaboration where they did American football teams on football jerseys, soccer jerseys.
Oh, okay.
But they really did the NFC East dirty because that thing was so plain. The Eagles, the Dallas, New York, and Washington was just plain shirts. Like I was like, oh, cool, but. You had like the Raven, even the Jets had the green and white stripes, and people were like, "Oh, it's ugly." I was like, "It's something. It looks good. It has a design on it or whatever."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, it was plain." And then you had a golf section. They had a FIFA section. They had the World Cup there. Mm-hmm. So because it was this big display, roped off and everything, and then behind glass, and it was the World Cup. So they had the World Cup there. They had what else? They had I said a golf section. They had a F1 section this time around. Of course, the WWE entrance with the music and everything.
Did they have any cross promotion stuff for like movies? Because I know Brad Pitt's coming out with that F1 movie.
A good question. I didn't see anything. They might have, but I didn't see anything there. But they had certain celebrities were there. Because they're fans, and also they came out in movies and stuff like that. Kevin Costner made an appearance because of like Field of Dreams and all that stuff. So he was around. Things like that. It was pretty cool. And then of course, the second half of the floor, which is when you face it. You know how we have the right side and then we have the left side.
Yeah.
So the left side was all like the FIFA and all that. Up to the tops, and then from the top section all to the right was just all card vendors.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't mixed in there. Like all the name brands were on one, all the big companies were on one side, and then all the card vendors were on the other. So they had a nice little split.
Nice.
So it wasn't like you're walking and you see like Tops, and then right next to Tops is like Dave's Card Store, and then no, it was like all Tops and WWE and this and
Tops,
that.
Fleer, all those different ones.
Well, it's mostly all Tops now, dude.
Oh, okay.
Tops has Dunruss. Tops does all that stuff.
We distracted Joe.
I distracted him. I distracted him the right way.
Shine something in his eye. He can't concentrate.
I got the pin, the Pristine 10 pin. Because I.
From CGC.
Yeah, from CGC. So they were giving out pins from 0.1 or 1.0. That's 0.1. From 1.0 all the way to 10. But then if you submitted something for grading, which I did for my cousin, they give you a Pristine 10 pin that's different than the other pins. So it's like
I did it again.
that's a Pristine 10 right there.
Yeah, this one right here.
10.
But it was a cool weekend. I got the Eli Manning, and I'm pretty happy with that. I won a box of a hobby box of Topps cards, which I should have resold for $400, but decided to open it. I got like a card worth $120. I got a Jackson Merrill from San Diego Padres, 1 out of 25 signature, which is cool, but it's not worth the whole box. I should just sold the whole box.
Should have sold the whole box. Always flip the box, bro.
And I know, but I thought 400 was like, because the box was worth $3.
Yes,
right?
so what?
So it's like it retails for $3. So I'm like 400. So 100 over. That means they're gonna sell it for like $600-700.
That's fine. That's 100 profit right there without blinking an eye.
But yeah, I mean, I got the Cactus Jack joints, but I traded that in for something else for fucking Final Fantasy and at $230, which is still good because those packs that I traded for are going for about $120 each now.
Okay.
And I got it for about $70 each, basically.
Good. Sell.
And it was more of a
Sell.
more of a it's there. It was more of a trade off because I got him the box, the Cactus Jack, and he gave me those 6 boxes at $70 each, and he gave me $230 on top. So I got cash and a product that I wanted.
There you go.
So I mean, I'm happy with that.
Double up, bro. Double up. Get the money back.
It's
Cover
so
the
sad.
cost of the convention.
Well, the $230 covered the
yeah.
cost of the convention,
And yeah, in like Flynn.
and and 2 of those packs covered the signatures. So I mean, I'm good. I'm in the positive.
Yeah, that's a positive right there. Shit, but
So
when it comes down to pickups, though, I had a couple of things that came in besides the Black Costume Spider-Man. I got my Magneto from Hot Toys / Hono Studios. That's the comic book edition. I got my Mufune in. I have my Monkey King that's stylized. That has like 7 different faceplates, LED features and stuff, and the costume is all off the chain. But trying to think what else I got. I ordered the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive TMNT Beach Boys edition of the Turtles. They all have like the Hawaiian shirts,
Nice.
except for Mikey, and they have soft good swimming trunks. They all have their individual surfboard and then the jumbo surfboard with a wave. Yeah, cool. So it's a little fun pack. It's a nice little exclusive. So I got that, but before ordering that, a week before it was gonna come out, I had locked in Vacation Bebop and Rocksteady that I was looking for over a year, and I got it for sticker price. So I was like, yes, I was able to nail Bebop and Rocksteady because I have every version of Bebop and Rocksteady from the NECA tune line. So I have their Easter Bunny costumes, I got their robot versions, I got their regular versions, and the pirate versions. So, next thing you know, they're going to come out with their mascot banana suits, Peanut and Banana, and whatnot from the cartoon. Mm-hmm. But, whatchamacallit, I'm almost burnt out with the TMNT line from NECA because now they're going to start doing the 2012 versions and the Usagi versions done by Stan Sakai. So the Stan Sakai Turtles I must have because I'm a big fan of Stan Sakai and Usagi and the art style that he used to do the Turtles. So I'm waiting for those to drop around the time we go to Comic-Con. But this Comic-Con, whatever comes out from Mezco, I'm going to do what I did last year, which is I'm going to order directly from the website. And then if I have extra money, I'll pick up an extra one at the convention, right? And then I'll see if I can flip, because it's getting harder to flip convention exclusives, especially if they make enough of them, right? Because recently they started making enough of them. The ones that are harder to get and more limited are like the Gomez's, like the ones that come out in winter or during Designer Con in December. So for this year, I think I'm gonna just collect T-shirts because there was a bunch of shirts that we saw last year that we didn't get to get. But I know you got Chapo. I got my Venom hoodie and I got Chapolin, yeah.
And the Charlie Ultra, yeah.
So I want to get some more shirts if they're gonna come out with some good shit. So that's what I want to do this year because I'm starting to collect sneakers again.
Okay.
But the sneakers I'm getting is more like comic book, cartoon
Right,
that fits
yeah.
my genre. You know what I mean?
Right. The crossover ones, the mashups. Right.
Yeah, because like I get it that people have their vice. They oh yeah, these are fire, this and that. I'm like, you're just going in for the color stitching. You know what I mean? I'm doing it for the character, the logo, and how does it look on the fit. That's why I got my Ghostbuster kicks and my TMNT kicks, and a lot of the stuff that I wear for the shirts, there'll be like a comic book cover just plastered on the shirt, right? But the shirt will be in
Gotta
red.
coordinate.
Yeah, you gotta coordinate and make it look good. It's not like I'm walking around with the old school Hawaiian shirts, right? That have like dragons on it and shit. You know what I mean? Back in the day.
Although they ain't so bad.
They're not so bad, but they're not so bad. But there's not like it's not the same. When you rock it with a certain fit. You know
Speaking of dragons, with the guest list of
Dragon
New
is
York,
nuts across your face.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry.
Dragon. The part of the New York Comic Con info drop was the guest list, and for the Game of Thrones fans, George R.R. Martin is going to be one of the guests for New York Comic Con. It's a mixed bag, man. I mean, usually, like, I remember, when everything was not Game of Thrones, Walking Dead.
Yeah,
like
now it's Game of Thrones.
For every year for about 6 years, there was a Walking Dead theme
on the fucking pass.
On the
badges, yeah. I still have them.
On the badges.
From back to 2012 and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I'm going through the list. Like, okay, there's Bryce Dallas Howard. There's Elliot Page. James McAvoy, Ming-Na from a lot of things, obviously, Mandalorian, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You got Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Like, it's a weird, like, there's not really like any what you would consider cast reunions. Usually, like, they put a theme together where everything, like, you'll have 4 or 5 people from the same intellectual property, right? I'm not. There's Annie Potts for those Ghostbusters people, but she's the only one. Now this is the
Ernie Hudson's with her.
And Ernie Hudson,
Annie
right?
Potts, yeah.
But this is the first info drop when it comes to guests. It's just weird. Like, I don't know. It's an interesting mix, but nothing's really jumping out at me as really exciting. I mean, Charlie Cox is there, Daredevil. So that means maybe Vincent D'Onofrio will make they'll announce him afterwards.
Yeah.
A lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which surprises me. Clark Gregg, Chloe Bennett, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I think that's just happenstance because
I don't
also
think it's happenstance.
I don't know.
Because
Simu is gonna be there.
Yeah,
he hasn't been in a while, and then all of a sudden he's there now.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Ming-Na. What I'm saying, happenstance, is that Ming-Na also happened to be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but she's known for Mandalorian now.
Yeah.
But let's brainstorm the theory over here.
Okay.
Well, so Simu Liu. That means that means
that's the 10 rings, right?
Yeah. I think it's possible. Well, I mean,
because he's
they don't
already
be surprised if they announce it at New York Comic Con without announcing it at San Diego.
He's already in the list for Doomsday.
From Doomsday as well. But yeah, because they're skipping San Diego. Marvel's skipping San Diego.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Everything's going to New York.
It looks like, as I'm saying, and you have all these characters that look like they're from Marvel. There might be a announcement maybe from Marvel in New York, which would be surprising. If they skip San Diego and give it to New York, that is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
That is because usually San Diego is the big deal. San Diego is known as the International Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So San Diego's the big deal. To skip San Diego and then wait till October to announce something big would be huge.
Yes.
Sorry, it's huge. They'll be huge.
Because what they're waiting for is the whole Superman thing to blow off, for Fantastic Four to come in.
Right. I mean, they're both July drops.
Yeah,
so I'm like, by
exactly.
I think
October.
Comic-Con is right after
there.
Superman, but right before Fantastic Four.
Exactly. They're waiting for Superman to blow off so that way they can
San Diego Comic Con is after, right?
Yeah. So that way they could pick up the steam.
San Diego Comic Con is exactly
that same week of July.
Fantastic Four in July.
Mm-hmm. So what they're going to do is, they're going to give us our little Easter eggs through their shows. So, for instance, we still got Daredevil Born Again 2, Season 2, to come out. We still have what's been going around the networks for the Spider-Man
Anime series.
no,
Friendly Neighborhood.
not the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series. I'm talking about the Spider-Man 4, the new one that they're
Brand
doing.
New Day.
Brand New Day, yes, because it's been confirmed that we're gonna have Daredevil and Punisher in it. So
And they said the Hulk as well.
the Hulk as well, and the reason being is because they're trying to incorporate Spider-Man into this world. Because remember, the only person that actually remembers Spider-Man, like everyone knows who Spider-Man is, like as far as like who is Spider-Man, not the person, but Spider-Man. So if you remember Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, when he talks to America Chavez, having dealt with multiple multiversal events before, and he says it with Wong. Yeah, we had a situation with Spider-Man before, right? Because he doesn't know this chick, and he doesn't know what her agenda is, right? So he's not going to say Peter Parker. He's going to say Spider-Man.
Yeah, but okay, so this is something that I brought up when last week Joe was talking, and I think we picked up on it a few times. Did the spell? Well, number one, did the spell affect Doctor Strange also?
Yes, because he said no one's going to remember.
Oh, he said it was nice knowing you. So you told
Yes.
Peter it
Right.
was nice knowing you.
So that's one. Okay. The other thing is that we talked about, because Hulk remembers, because we know that's a comic, that's comic lore. It happened in the comics.
I love that part too.
But what about the Guardians of the Galaxy? Is it
Is the spell universal wide?
Is
or
it
just affecting
is
Earth?
it across dimensions and across space? Because it just
the spell is supposed to affect anyone
that
who
knows Peter Parker
is Spider-Man.
No, but the way it ended up is just that they just forgot who Peter Parker is.
Bingo.
Right.
They forgot Peter Parker.
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy didn't really mingle much with Spider-Man anyway after Endgame.
Just during this, the part where Quill held Peter Parker.
Bingo. And then the funeral for Tony.
Yeah.
That's it. So
right, the battle and the funeral.
yes.
Right.
So Korg, fuck Korg. Thor is don't know who the hell he is anyway, because he could care less, because he's a pantheon. He doesn't care about the little people.
I mean, he's supposed to have changed his ways at the end of Love and Thunder, basically.
Yeah, but this Love and Thunder, it was told through Korg.
Yeah, the story was told.
So we don't know what's what.
I thought you were gonna use it. No, I'm good. I thought you were looking for it to use.
Oh.
No, Love and Thunder it was told by Korg. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just a retelling.
Yeah.
So it could have gone any other way. Like like it was really Deadpool he was holding. Oh wait.
And that's speaking about that. People said that they spotted Hugh Jackman on set.
I mean, he was training.
He was training.
He himself released some clips of him back in the gym training for something. So I think he even titled it "Training for Wolverine."
And the thing is, and the big deal is the ending of Thunderbolts or New Avengers. The Fantastic Four ship.
Yeah.
Where Feige came out and said, "Who said that was the one from the new ones? Who said it was Pablo Pascal, Mr. Fantastic in that ship?"
Yeah.
So now it's like, who could it be? If it's not them, are we talking 2008? Are we talking about 2000?
2005, 2008 one.
It can't be because remember,
or
John,
2014 is another one, right? The second.
You're talking about 2014, the
2014.
Fantastic Four stick. Yeah.
Yeah. So or it could be the 1990.
How funny would it be if it was the 1990s versions?
Yeah, the one
Do
the
you
movie that never
think
came
that-
out.
yeah,
That would be
do you-
fucking great.
The Corgan one? Oh,
yeah.
man.
That you talking about deep cuts?
Yo, that thing will be awesome. It's like a CGI thing next to a rubber suited version. It was like, oh shit.
He's like, we ain't have a budget.
But yeah.
I mean, man, okay. This is just one of those crazy in-world, out-world kind of things. What if they find, quote, archival footage of them and it looks like the Roger Corman?
Oh my god.
Like
That would be dope.
They played a clip and there's like, oh, this is the legend of the Fantastic Four, and they play the Roger Corman
And the
one.
Roger Corman one would be great. That's what I'm talking about. It's like Roger Corman, Fantastic Four inside that space shuttle. That's who it is. The 1990s, the not released one, or that'd be so fucking hilarious. That'd be such a throwaway.
Yeah.
The spaceship comes in and just explodes. Shows them for a second and then explodes.
It explodes.
It's like, oh, they never quite made it. No, that's for the fans.
Or the Michael B. Jordan Fantastic Four.
So that 2014 was right. That's what I'm saying. That's
That's
right?
the 20. That was. When the hell was that?
Now we have to look it up, right?
2015. Yeah, the 2015 one.
2015, yeah. Okay,
Right.
so and then 2008 or 2000.
2005 and then
2005, whatever.
Yeah.
So this is like now who it is the one with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans coming back as him,
2005 and 2007, right?
or is it the 2015?
Well, I mean, listen, it's the whole
Michael B. Jordan.
the whole cross universe thing. It's still a trip. I'm excited thinking about it. It's like, okay, they have to give some kind of fan service. They're gonna give some throwaway, some deep cuts just to make us happy. There's
but the Corman version. I don't know if there's a lot of people that know about that.
no. I mean, listen. The ones that know about it understand. Everybody else is just gonna be way confused.
Yeah,
Like,
they're gonna. What the fuck are these people?
but
They got the 1970s. Captain America gonna show up.
Right, with
The Japanese version of Spider-Man with his motorcycle and the stuff is gonna show up. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. So wow, man, that's going into bad friends kind of.
yeah,
kind of making fun of Asian accents. Oh, terrible.
terrible.
But it's
So-
around the corner already, man. Those movies are around the corner in a month.
Well, yeah, next month, right?
Christ.
Fantastic Four is coming out. I think what's the 11th?
No, I think isn't it Superman the 11th?
Superman's the 11th, I think.
Yeah, it's super because they have Amazon has remember
The pre-order. That's
the
right.
early
Yeah.
showing at the 8th, which Zach is going to.
So the Fantastic Four is supposed to be coming out the 25th.
Yeah,
So
there you go. And that'll be during Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con.
San Diego Comic Con. So let's come on. Let's anybody want to revise any of their theories? I can't even remember half the stuff that I talk about, but
Because the space shuttle gave us so much. That scene gave us so much to theorize that's been taken away now that Feig said what he said. No, it could be just a red herring what he's saying to.
That's
throw us
what I
off.
think.
Yeah, it's a red herring, but listen,
Which would be kind of silly too, because they're like, but we already know it's dumb. Why are you giving us that?
He's trying to do what? He's trying to flip the narrative like he usually does.
But the thing is that they used Fantastic Four
right, yeah.
when they showed it, and it's like
It was too late. It's too
You know?
late.
you know what I mean? They showed it with that sound effect, with that sound clip.
Fantastic.
So why would
I mean,
it not be them?
it's either them and their first space mission or them doing their
Flipping,
exploration.
getting their powers and going back to their
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
their universe?
I just saw the last trailer for Fantastic Four, which showed you more of Galactus.
yeah.
It showed you. It
So-
showed you the thing with a new beard, which is fire because in the comics he grows a beard and it's made of rock.
That's weird.
That shit is beautiful. That shit is beautiful.
Also,
what we're missing is John Malkovich is in this movie. And
Yeah.
we haven't
Yes.
seen
We
anything.
haven't seen John Malkovich.
anything about John Malkovich. I don't know whether it's relevant for anything. I don't think he's going to be a continued fixture in the MCU, but
No.
it's
All
going to
movies
be
in his head.
It's gonna be
I
an
think he's
interesting
gonna
little
a throwaway. I think he's a throwaway.
Yeah, it's gonna
'Cause,
be interesting to see how he meshes into the performance.
Because whatchamacallit, did you see that commercial for the it's not a Fantastic Four trailer, but it's taking elements from the Fantastic Four trailer, and it's a commercial. But you get to see the Mole Man's Giganto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, and it's comic accurate, but it just wasn't greener than what you saw in the comic. But I'm like, the reason why the colors were the way they were is to attract children. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of the colors. But something that's underground ain't gonna be that fucking bright green.
Right.
No, man, he's gonna play his character from Red.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in there just going.
Time to get the pig. Yes.
He's gonna be his character in Red. That's it.
Oh,
I mean, I don't think the comic book is from Marvel, but it's just.
Well, I just nailed my Superman Crocs. I had to buy them. It has a nice logo, Superman with the comic book spread in red, blue, and it's fucking beautiful.
They're talking about Superman.
See,
it's getting reviews. Yeah, see, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that. See, so you get all those images of Superman on the top of the Crocs, and then the logo smack in the middle. Then you have the strap that goes in back. On the side, what would normally be the Crocs logo is the Superman logo. So I'll be rocking some Crocs, some slides when I go in to watch the movie.
So yeah.
Speaking of which, we cannot watch the movie by ourselves. My wife will kill me.
When I mentioned the to view it,
yeah,
it was obviously with all of us. It wasn't gonna be just like us three and that's it.
Because she's still holding a grudge for one of the movies we went and saw without her.
Was it over there? What was it? What movie was it?
Oh, I
We
forgot.
saw Thunderbolts without her.
Yeah, Thunderbolts is the one we saw without her.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because Pam was upset. Oh, give me you. I was and then I was like,
like we're not gonna go see it again later.
I mean, it's getting reviews from early reviews, and they're saying that it's really good.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Everyone is saying is great because this is
Fantastic Four is getting shitted on more than Superman.
Hell yeah. Because they're saying, it's woke Disney all over again. And I'm tired of the whole woke rhetoric and bullshit. I just want to see a good film and be entertained. I don't care if it's going to be woman driven by a motherly figure like Invisible Woman. She's not an incompetent person. She's supposed to be just as smart as everyone else, but more grounded than everyone else. So it just makes sense. But dude, I know for a fact that this won't be the end of Fantastic Four because we got to see Annihilus. We got to see Blastar. We got to see a couple of these guys that's in that negative zone dimension and up there in space fight, these Fantastic Four. Like, you get tired of seeing Doom. They've done Doom so many times. It's like, okay, they got other motherfuckers that they can fight.
I mean, they got they're fighting.
Shit, give me Fing Fan Foom.
Yeah, Iowa.
Yeah, I think he was. They don't make him anymore.
They don't make him anymore, Fing Fan Foom.
No, I think they retired the character.
They retired the character.
How do you retire a Fing Fang Foom?
Because of the whole cultural appropriations.
The name was the name when it came out. It was obviously to make fun of
the family of Fan Foom.
Yeah, man. Those terrible people
from Fan Foom.
Yeah, they're the ones that were cooking the cats and dogs back then.
Yeah, it was fee fi fo fum.
That's something new I didn't know.
It's giant appropriations.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. It wasn't anything recent.
Yeah,
that guy's been gone for a while. But they got crap. What's his name? I'm trying to look it up. They fight the first monster they fight in the first issue.
That's what I was just talking about in the commercial. That is Giganto.
Giganto, thank you.
Yeah,
they fight him. So he's
with
in there,
Man,
which is pretty cool, and they have Mole Man, which is pretty cool too.
They have Mole Man. They have Blastar, like I was saying before, and they have Annihilus, like I said. They also fight the what they call them. What the Chitauri.
Wait,
And
the comics.
Yeah, but in the comics,
I'm like, wait, I don't remember that in the movie.
no, I'm trying to get the listings of characters that they've gone against, right? And the people that they've gone against is the Skrulls, and that would be a nice way to bring back the Skrulls.
Yeah, because that went nowhere.
Fast.
Well, okay, that was the show. So yeah, I mean, they really didn't pass Captain Marvel and then Secret War.
That's
I'm not Secret War.
Secret
Invasion.
Secret Invasion, yeah.
See,
They didn't.
give me the freaking script. Let me fucking write it. Like, seriously, because like it's not that difficult to write a character. To get somebody perceived, you have to know your audience. And the thing is this, they're trying to cater to a 2 percentile version of the audience while forgetting everyone else.
Well, you gotta think of your base. Though your base is what has made you successful. Was the core, the true to core fans.
Yeah.
And then like Marvel has always been inclusive. All of their stories have always been inclusive as far as the comic books. I mean, the creation of the X-Men was civil rights, equality, So, how much more do you need to show representation from a intellectual property that was already designed to be representation?
Exactly.
Of everything else.
Like when people are aliens, it's okay to change the color palette from Caucasian to any other, what I mean? Because I know they say
the thing is, you're okay with multiverses within comic books, but if they create their own version in a movie, it's an issue. That I just don't get that. It's the same as if it was a comic book. The comic books draw from each other, so does the movie, but they have this sort of, you have a multiverse in the comic books. Right. So the MCU is just part of that multiverse. It's different.
Yeah, but
I just don't get.
But like, there's always
the comic. I go, but
I'm gonna explain it. I'm explaining it now. So it's like when you first start off with let's take a character, Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man is in the name. You're not gonna make it Spider-Woman.
It's a completely different
character.
They haven't done that.
But that's my point. It's a completely different character.
Yeah, but you're going woman and man, isn't it? But that's because Spider-Man.
But this goes back to
Black Panther.
But no,
it's not Black Panther.
But this goes back to what we were talking about in regards to Secret Invasion. So in Secret Invasion, we're looking at a Skrull that has superpowers.
Yeah.
Fighting a Super Skrull, which is the one that fights the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they threw it in there, but this universe is a bit different.
Yeah, but no, and then they did the whole flip on it, so they can't use the person that normally fights the Fantastic Four because he's already X'd out.
Yeah, right. And
they killed him off.
They could use the current one once Fantastic Four comes in.
Yeah,
but that's what they do. Because she could still turn heel.
That's the thing. We don't know if she is
because the whole thing was left open.
It was
left Nick open. Fury still hasn't been helping them, even though he promised it again, and that was that's what happened with the whole issue.
Yeah, but the issue in regards to that is their introduction to go with the Fantastic Four, because Fantastic Four is from a whole different universe, and that's how they're playing it for the Fantastic Four.
They're positioning Fantastic Four in its own enclosed universe, not connected to anything else, so that they can introduce it. They can introduce them as characters and still hold on to the IP for future use. Like
for instance, that Super Skrull female, right? She is a brand new character that's introduced into the whole thing. So there's nothing wrong with that, right? But in the sense of you knowing your audience, you want to make sure that the person is palatable and accepted without tarnishing your current character.
But it's the thing. First of all, it's fictional character we're talking about, so it shouldn't matter. But regardless, it really shouldn't matter. It's a fictional character.
No,
they don't really exist.
It's not the point.
They can make them purple with both genitals. Who cares?
No, it's not the point.
But This it is, because it's a different universe. It's not the same universe as the comic. It's not the same universe as any of the other multiple universes in the comic. It's its own universe as part of the multiverse, and people just don't accept it.
That's not my argument.
They'll accept it. That's what I'm saying. That was my argument when I began with. That's what I began with, is that people will accept it in a comic book, but then you make your own movie iteration about it, and people start complaining that it's woke when it's that's its own universe.
Well, people accept it in the comic book because the comic book,
not all of them accept it in the comic book either.
Well, let me get. They accept it in the comic book because the economics of a comic book is like, okay, we could just do this comic book and it could be a limited run, and most people, actual comic book readers of that era, were like they put more of their money behind what they liked versus like the regular people, right? So collecting and reading comic books was a very small percentile of the population, and then even a smaller part of that population would go for all the other weird stuff.
Yeah.
Now to do a big production movie, you want to appeal to the most amount of the population as possible, so you can get a return on the movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not sure about the economics of it because Disney has definitely hit some rough patches in the road. Disney, Marvel, whatever. But it's like, okay, when we go to conventions and there's always someone online that talks to an actor or talks to a comic book writer or whatever, or an artist, and says, "Oh my God, you changed my life. It was so special to me when I was a kid." So on. And that's a very individualized experience between the person and the writer, and the next person in the line behind them can have the same feeling for a completely different reason, right? So you can still speak to a different types of audience without tarnishing the original character.
Exactly.
Original character.
So it's like what happened with Obi-Wan and Reva, right? Reva's a brand new character, right? But the title of the story is Obi-Wan, right? And what they did was they damn near bastardized Obi-Wan in favor of just showing more of Reva, right? Now, some people will push it and say, yeah, more representation, more of this, more of that, but the story's supposed to be about Obi-Wan, not about her. If that was the case, throw it in as this is a side of that story. It's not solely based on just Obi-Wan. This is her story, right? So, and the thing is, she's a new character altogether, right? But they bastardized one character that's existing for this new character to come in. Now, when the thing with the Secret Invasion, right? I liked it, but I didn't like how they left it open end to the point. Because it's too much of a loose end, right? To not acknowledge it on the other films that's coming after, right? And the series coming after. I think they're not even going to do it.
It didn't hit like everything else.
It didn't hit like everything else because I think it was a mistake to make it into a series and it should have been a film. It should have been a film.
It should have been a film.
It should have been a film.
It should have been a film.
Because the thing is this.
The whole spy aspect was funny.
Yeah,
the movie.
yeah, exactly.
The whole espionage.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. That was cool.
That was something new into
to be honest, the movies and properties that were, forget about the shows. I'm just gonna say properties, even though I really mean the movies. The ones that were more espionage and spy and covert hit the hardest. Winter Soldier, you got Civil War. You had like those hit.
What was the Star Wars one? Andor.
Yeah.
Andor, that hit hard too. Why? Right. It's espionage. It's everything happening before Star Wars.
Right.
There's some Star Wars fans that will say, "Oh, it's crap. It's not Star Wars and this, that, and the third." No, this is everything before the rebellion started.
But you know what's funny? I would accept the backlash that maybe Star Wars properties would get over Marvel, because Star Wars is playing with one universe. Now they start making changes, people are going to be going, no, this is not how it's supposed to be, because that's not, it never is. It was never canon. All of a sudden they change it to canon. Then you have an issue with it. I understand that. But once you start playing with the multiverse, for me, it's like it's fair game. Once it's multiverse,
and I get that argument.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That it's multiverse is fair game. Now I understand if people get upset over certain shows for Star Wars, because they're playing with just one solo universe. They're not saying, oh, this is a separate universe of Star Wars. Of what if this happened instead? No, now they're backtracking some things from the movies, and you're like, how? The movies is what everything's based on.
Right.
Well, and then you're backtracking and changing things. That's not right, and I get it.
I think they're trying to with Star Wars. It's okay. You have all the original stuff from George Lucas, and when he sold the property over to Disney, he had a lot of that stuff already fleshed out. He had all the in between stuff already fleshed out, not just the movies, the prequels, the current and the original trilogy. He had all that fleshed out. We had that already.
They changed that though.
We had all that on film already, and then he had a bunch of other stuff that they decided not to use. So they're trying to paint in the stuff that's missing with bookends. Which, what I mean by bookends is that you already know what happened in Phantom Menace. You already know what happened in The Last Jedi. You already know what happened in all the other ones. So they're trying to build the tapestry, like they're building the landscape to match what they already have. And there's a lot,
or they want to weave between movies. That between 1 and 2, a certain amount of time had passed.
Right.
So we're building up. Okay, this show is about what happened between that time.
Right.
So that way it's supposed to flow much easier.
Yeah.
So you can watch the first movie, then you watch whatever, and then you watch the second movie, and then you watch whatever shows, and the third movie, and it flows.
Well, they have all the in between stuff from before Marvel, Disney. Star Wars, Disney, whatever conglomerate takeover. They had like the Rebel stories, the other comic books in between. And I think the benefit that Marvel has is that they already have 60 years of material that they can work off versus Star Wars. Even though it's the same time frame of as far as when the properties came out in the 70s, they didn't have a lot of the stuff in between. So now they're trying to paint in what's missing and trying to match, right? You can do spin-offs like what's the other one? Not Andor. It was the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian it's a new lore that ties that it's adjacent. Like they're different offshoots that connect. It's like a hub and spoke, what they talk about, like an old-timey wood wheel.
Yeah.
Right? The center cap is what holds it all together, and you got all these pegs.
Yeah, sticking out. Yeah.
So those are all the offshoots that connect to the original story.
Yeah.
And you can do something, a throw off. You can do an Ahsoka. You can do Andor. You can do Skeleton Crew. You can do all that other stuff, because you have a base idea of what happened in that timeline, but you don't necessarily have a roadmap of how to execute it.
Yeah, and here's where that logic sticks with a lot of people who are Marvel fans, and I know where Joe's coming from as far as the multiverse, because it's in the comics and stuff like that. We didn't have a multiverse in the films until Spider-Man and the Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
We didn't have a multiverse at that point.
Right.
We only had what existed. All the properties were spread out to different studios, and the goal was to get all the properties back in, so that way they could tell the stories that were in the comics in live action, maybe in a different way, which is fine and dandy, but it doesn't bastardize the identity of that individual character.
Right. Well,
for instance, we never see Nick Fury in the comics, specifically Samuel L. Jackson's version of Nick Fury, because be this way. This is brand new, of him being scared, old, tired, and he's technically married to a Skrull.
Right.
He's married, in love with the opposition, but he wants to live in peace.
You know how good that is? Because you could have an Asian woman one day, and then a redhead the next day.
She could be what? she could be everything you want.
You could be like,
but see, the thing is,
Captain Marvel naked. Let's go.
Right.
You're stupid.
I want you to look like Pat Benatar. Right? Like, but with that, like. Marvel. Okay, so it's kind of like a weird parallel, like a weird contradiction, I should say, is that since Marvel was fragmented for so many years, and like you said, different studios, different products, Fox, Paramount, so on and so forth, and even in-house stuff, right? Sony with Spider-Man stuff. It was all on the fringe. It was on the edge of everything, and there was no way to tie it all together until Marvel itself started to actually get traction, and they're like, oh, we want to do more. We have to do the stories that we can, which is why the Avengers came out.
Yeah,
it's like
Kevin Feige had that plan, that 12-year plan of just, I want everyone to make money. We could all make money from this.
But they had to use characters that they had that weren't the ones popular enough to sell off in the 70s and the 80s
through Disney stuff. But as far as like Hulk and Ghost Rider, Iron Man, Thor, those characters that make up Avengers, some of them they were in Universal, the other was in Columbia, the other was in Disney, Fox,
and all that stuff,
and all of them, they didn't like to be in the same bed with each other. You know what I'm saying? But they eventually did, thanks to Feige and Disney with their monopoly money, if you want to go that route. Monopolizing the situation.
They had to share.
They
find a way to share.
Have Spider-Man because Sony's like, fuck you.
Sony knows what they have.
Yeah.
Sony, and the only real Marvel movie that ever made it big for Sony is Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Every other Marvel movie they try to make bombed. Yep. Spider-Man stood, and then look at Beyond the Spider-Verse, and Into the Spider-Verse. All that's hits, and it's who?
Sony's.
But who's in the center of it?
Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah.
So they smart. They're not gonna let it go.
Yeah.
They'll rent them out, but they're not gonna let them go.
No,
they can't. Because there's rumors that they're gonna sell to.
Everyone says that, and the thing is this, they don't.
But the whole thing, like I mentioned before, was because they're not gonna sell Spider-Man. They'll sell Peter Parker to
they'll sell the name.
MCU.
Yeah,
but they're keeping Spider-Man. And then they're gonna make
more Spider-Man people based on their lore and stuff
through Miles Morales, which has also become a really popular Spider-Man.
Yeah,
they're not gonna let go of their cash cow, and they're doing well.
They know that they could make their movie, and they could take a piece of MCU money with it.
Just so you know, the merch alone. Because the people put out their numbers, and there's people who are in stocks, and they buy each other's stocks and stuff like that because they're money people. You know that when you're in the House of Mouse, and you're a freaking spider walking web swinging through New York City, and your merch makes more money than the House of Mouse, the one who's in the franchise of the whole thing, right? King of the Castle, dude. That's crazy. Crazy. They're never gonna let that go. Just on the merch alone, they make a fortune. So Sony's not gonna give up their movie rights to Disney at all.
No, not him. Nope.
But I'll tell you this much:
they'll come with a deal, and to rent them out. They'll always come with a deal because the MCU needs them, and Sony knows that.
Right, because he's so interesting. Because what we think of the MCU is not as old as DC. DC Comics came out 39, right?
Detective Comics,
right? Marvel,
Action Comics.
What we think
the
of
Lulu Comics.
All of Marvel came out in 62, which is like the first family, which is the Fantastic Four was the first comic book family. But all the stories are so intertwined that you have to have these key characters. You may be able to expand on stories, adapt newer versions because they're doing it today. I mean, any comic book released today is a new adaptation of a reimagining of a character. It may in name still be the same character, Peter Parker, Miles Morales, so on and so forth, right? But if you're gonna do the stories that came out in the 60s and the 70s and even the 80s, you look at Wolverine versus Hulk, was in 70 something, right?
Yeah. First appearance,
right? You have to have access to those characters to really tell those stories. However they do the sharing and the agreements and the marketing between the companies, that's all between them. But if they say, look, we're planning on doing this, we're doing the Wolverine Hulk, hell, the Wendigo, right? I don't know who has properties to Wendigo, but but I mean that's what it was when its first appearance.
Wendigo is strictly Marvel.
Yeah, but I'm just drawing that out as a funny part. But it's you cannot not tell that story without that character.
Yeah, especially that having Native American roots and stuff like that, skinwalkers and shit. But as far as like,
no one owns Wendigo apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, just look it up. They go, it's not owned by any specific company like Sony or Fox.
No,
it just falls under Marvel Entertainment.
Yeah, it falls under Marvel. It's Marvel. So,
but it's like
Marvel is owned by Disney, so it's Disney. So, and it's a Hulk prop. It's supposed to be a mix between Hulk property and I forgot who was the other creature, because you know how they had Marvel did the Universal Monsters at one point,
right?
So Werewolf by Night, all that falls into that kind of category, because there's Marvel's version of Werewolf by Night, and then there's that Universal Werewolf by Night.
Right. You're talking about that. It's funny. Talking about that is I read on some of the rumor mill websites they have on there. So it's not true
not confirmed
or anything, but they were gonna actually reuse Werewolf by Night and those characters for Midnight Suns.
Yes, that's the plans that was supposed to be.
That's in the rumor mill websites that you go into and you look at. That's what they mentioned. And I was like, oh, some hope, because they did a good job. That was a good
well, it was
small movie.
It was considered a special feature.
It was a special feature, so it's a short film. It's a short film, and
but it opens the door to the expanded universe.
Yes, and
right, because with Werewolf by Night,
Man Thing.
Yeah,
and,
Man Thing.
What was her name?
I
forgot her name already.
You open the door. You open the door to the idea of vampires in the MCU. Right, you open the idea to
which Morbius was supposed to.
Right, which
Morbius was supposed to do that for the Sony verse.
Right. Yeah, for the Sony verse. But remember, like I said, they tried to put their leg into the Marvel universe by getting the Vulture in there at the end. By putting, they were trying,
which still nobody knows why and how it would have made sense,
because they wanted Morbius to be part of the MCU.
They wanted to do a Sinister Six,
so to get a leg in to MCU, so they could go, oh look, we have this other character that you need now, that will rent out to you.
Yeah,
it's basically what I saw, that cash grab for Sony to get cash from Marvel, not from the people, but to Marvel, or Disney.
Yeah,
going, hey, look, now that this guy's part of the MCU, you might have to use him now.
Pretty much.
We'll rent you the guy, and it just didn't work out.
Speaking about vampires, real quick.
Because if Morbius was made, let's say Morbius made $2 billion, and it was highly successful, the MCU might. They
may have ran with it, because listen,
if it would have made money.
Morbius, even though he wasn't really considered part of Sinister Six, but that would have gave them reason to expand more, because look what happened with Craven. Craven, the same thing. It fell flat.
But they changed so much. See, that's what I'm talking about now as well. So now they make a Craven movie, but they changed so much. And I get, and again, it'll sound contradictory to me of me, because I'm gonna say it was terrible, because they made him an animal lover, and and it's like.
He's gonna eat his words.
and it's like, but that's what made it bad.
Right, Craven the Hunter was because he was a big game hunter.
But not because of if they would have made Craven a woman, and it would have been, and it was a great movie, and it was actually Craven, then I would have been fine with it. It wouldn't matter. I mean, again, I'll stand by my opinion.
He was a poacher. He was
because
took
they're fictional characters.
Right.
But which
I get
I
you.
still stand by that. But
No, I get you, and
Vulture-
respect your point.
But Craven was bad.
Yeah, no, I get you and respect
Craven
your
was
point.
bad.
No, I get you and respect your point.
Those are good
But I'm
parts,
gonna
good
say
fighting
two
parts.
words. I'm gonna say 2 words.
Suck it. Oh, no.
Madam Web.
Oh no, stop.
See, look, you see the faces, the cringing.
But that was just badly written.
Right.
That had nothing to do with the change of characters.
Well,
that was just
No,
really
it was
No.
It was badly.
It's the role of the characters, right? And the way they did it, and they're still using Spider-Man as characters to push this film, right?
They did. What they did
Right.
in the trailers was show the 10 seconds that they had them all in suits.
That's what
That's it.
I was
As
gonna
the
say,
trailer, so
listen,
everybody
it was-
goes, "Oh, they're gonna
it
be in
was
suits."
3 things.
And it was a future,
Right.
A future vision for 10 seconds. Like that was.
It was
That
bad.
was
It
that was a
bad.
bait and switch.
It was bad.
That
It
was
was
a bait and
badly.
switch.
It was badly written. It was badly marketed.
That was a bait and switch. They bait and
and
switched
it was
it.
badly presented badly, because it's the build up of the entire movie. Like, and by this time everyone's seen it, or if you haven't seen it,
I haven't seen
If
it.
you haven't seen it, don't.
If you haven't seen it,
I haven't
you
seen
know,
it. I wasn't
listen,
gonna waste my
go-
time watching it.
You know, but
Maybe even drunk or high, and
But
you maybe.
I can't do it
what I
because then
think
I'm not
is-
gonna enjoy it.
to see Sweeney running around and
I'll
bouncing,
YouTube
but
those
the-
Sweeney's
But
stuff.
the thing is with that movie, they took actresses that were popular to draw the people in, and they just did whatever the hell they want with the story, and it was like
it was two movies in one.
It was almost like a Scooby-Doo cartoon where it's like, oh my God, we're running from this guy. He found us. We're gonna run from him again. He found us, and the build up, there was no build up. There was no build, like the payoff in the movie isn't like, it's not an origin story like all the other movies would be, where you see how they become who they are, and the payoff is that they're finally the hero towards the end. Right?
Well, they kind of did that, but the way they did it, it was almost like 2 separate movies at once. Because then she left them alone for months. She was like, "Okay, you're gonna be my friend. Well, I go to Brazil, to the rainforest, to find out who I really am."
Right.
And
To
then
find out
that was a
about
whole
to
different
find
movie.
out what happened to my mother. Right.
And then that's a whole different movie.
Right.
And then she comes back and she becomes the hero she's supposed to be. But it was just, it was
fragmented.
Yeah,
It was fragmented, and it's like, you know,
because she gained her powers and she was able to use it. But it's like, they could have made it 2 movies, because that movie where she became Madam Web, where she went to the Amazon and all that. It like, okay, what happened to these characters? This is what you're thinking the whole time. Is
Right.
they're being chased by this dude. Oh, don't use a phone for the next couple of months and he won't find you.
Right.
Is basically what she told them.
But,
they,
I mean,
they were in a cabin. They couldn't use internet. They couldn't use, because how they got caught. The woman started giving birth that they were with. The friend that they left her with was pregnant, so she knew she had limited time. Gave birth, and they had to call 911.
and
that's how they found them.
And here's the point.
So you're telling me for months, teenage girls went without internet
Not possible.
or phones?
Not possible.
I mean, not because they're girls, just teenagers in general.
Right.
Yeah, not possible.
Modern,
Exactly.
they took all the elements of modern society and said you can't use any
You can't
of it.
use any of this.
Right.
And then
But-
now, so that could focus on me being in Brazil, and you can see what I'm doing in the rainforest.
Right. Now-
It's a whole different movie.
Now, what I'm
hold on,
thinking.
but what the thing is that what it's when you talk about the tempo of Marvel, not just Marvel, but superhero movies, it's usually a light introduction, backstory. You build character development, and then you pay off with the
action at the
with
end.
with the actual hero, right? What they did is, these are people that are gonna be heroes 30 years from now, but we're not gonna tell you anything about it.
We're going to show you a flash.
Right.
But that's 10-second flash, and that's it.
Because
oh, look, they have their spider suits. But right now, they're just
The
teenagers
whole
running
thing
around.
was not even it wasn't even an origin story. It was like prehistoric origin story, because this is gonna happen 30 years from now. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's stupid.
And I don't know if they did it because they're potentially banking on, or were banking on, like, creating a series behind it, where
Probably.
where they expand each of their individual, because they don't always fight together.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Look, Sydney Sweeney was upset
Yeah.
Imagine, because they told her one thing, and she was so excited to be that character.
That's
she
why
was like,
that's why she agreed to be in the movie.
Because she funny enough, she's a comic nerd.
Yeah.
And she after the movie, she was like, I was upset because it's nothing what they told me it was gonna be like.
Yeah, because her version of Spider-Woman is the one that I saw growing up. That was kind of like a lover to Tony Stark in the cartoon.
Yes.
And she's a part of the team. And you had specific people in the team, such as War Machine and whatnot, and everybody had a role to play.
She thought that was her leg into the MCU.
Yeah,
I mean, she
exactly.
could still have a leg into MCU, Black Cat. But
yes. Oh, yes. Give me Black Cat, please.
But because I think she'll be perfect.
Hell yeah.
Honest. But
Felicia Hardy, yes.
Yeah.
Give me a heart on Hardy.
But wasn't that is Bryce Howard Felicia Hardy?
Yeah.
In
the Spider-Man.
In the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah. Now,
yes.
Now going back to what I was going to say is that their temporal vision for the future and stuff like that, that's nice, but it would have been better if we would have saw what would have happened in the future in their costumes. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and then here's part 2, and then you show everything that she was envisioning happening now, and then she sees other visions from what's happening on the next film, right? Kind of like Back to the Future, where we see glimpses of the future, again, go back in time, and we keep going back in time to see something that we already saw, right? But everything's already played out into the future. So, with Sony, what their failure is, and we can all agree on this, they're building up Spider-Man universes using property characters in Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man, and this is why they keep failing. Venom is the only exception to the rule because it does make the money that it needs, but it's not overall successful because hardcore fans, I like it because it's different, but it's not the same. It's not the same without Spider-Man, because the whole Life Foundation and Spider-Man and Carnage and stuff like that Spider-Man story.
Wasn't the guy a totem in Madam Web?
Yeah, he's a totem.
He's a totem.
He's a spider totem.
Yeah, he's a totem. But and I see what they were trying to do, but it was just badly written.
Yeah, they didn't know how to do.
If they would have, you could do, you could have done a Spider-Woman thing as well with Madam Web, and it would have. It could have worked, but I mean, we won't know.
We will never know
because the way they did it, it literally just fell flat on its face, bro.
All right,
it was 2 separate movies.
All right, I'm a spitball a Madam Web movie, right? That's gonna tie in the theory that Keith was talking about before with the vampires, introducing vampires and stuff like that. With a few podcasts back with Blade and stuff like that. Spider-Verse, right? The whole concept was these the family of Morlun, right, who eat spider totems, right? They eat Spider-Man, right? Every universe they go and devour them, right? They're essentially vampires. OP, right? OP vampires. Now, have Madam Web go through her journey, seeing these vampires or whatever, and then see the Spider Girls, right? This doesn't happen till later on in the future. Sees the girls and stuff like that. All right, get their costumes and stuff, whatever. But most importantly, that this is the first of many films. In order to get the film going, make that port of the future happen at the end of the film as a cutscene, right? Like, oh shoot, the girls are still here, and you see them in their costumes, and make that like the end credit scene. But don't put that in the trailer.
Yeah,
don't put that in the trailer.
But they have a tendency to put freaking the ending of movies in trailers anyway,
which is stupid.
It's stupid.
That's why I stopped watching. After one teaser and one trailer, I don't watch anything else when something comes out because they put all the hot scenes in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when you go watch the movie, it's like, okay, you pretty much know the whole movie. It's just all the in between dialogue that you haven't seen.
The only trailers that I watched was Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because they used all the hot scenes, but they matched the scenes. Yeah. Like, where they showed Captain America fighting Thanos. Thanos didn't have all the stones in the trailers. Yeah. So you thought it was before that, and it wasn't. It was
And then you
literally had
have
everything.
Hulk running with Thor and everybody in Wakanda, and it's the Hulkbuster.
It was the Hulkbuster, it wasn't him.
So
Right.
that was smart on Sony's part, but
I mean, MCU.
Marvel.
yeah, Marvel's part. MCU's part. Yeah, but Sony, all they had to do was introduce Morlun and his family that devour Spider-Man, right? Use Spider-Man, a generic one. It doesn't matter, right? A generic Spider-Man, suck his blood, whatever, and gain power, whatnot. Madam Web sees this, right? She doesn't know why she's seeing this. She goes, does her story, discovers herself or whatever. Another Spider-Man, who's the Spider Totem that's coming in, instead of killing the girls, right? He's trying to protect Madam Web from being devoured by Merlin. Do that Spider-Verse story in that sense. And she gets in touch with the Master Reaver, who is the one who creates these new threads of Spider people. And that's when she sees the visions of, oh, this is this person. They see Toby, they see Tom, they see all these interconnecting stuff, right? That would lead to the next film, and that will be, the Spider Women. If they did it like that.
If they did it more natural, but that's the thing. Madam Web, they ain't do it naturally. It was, oh, he's after these girls. Okay, now you stay in a cabin in the woods for a couple months while I disappear, and now I start my journey in the middle of the movie.
See,
and then
it would have been better if it was just her journey and discovery of why she has these flashbacks.
Exactly. They threw
without the other 3 girls.
They threw those 3 girls, and I heard extra voices.
Yeah, me too.
That was your phone, huh? No. Okay, so. All right, we got Ghost speaking. I got Zach to go back and listen to everything to see if you could pull it out. But you got maybe it was the Spider Woman.
Madam Web.
We're talking too much about them.
Yeah.
But it's just like you can't put in the trailers with them in their costumes, and it's a 10-second flashback, and they're never in the. And not even at the end of the movie, after credits, they're living together. They're just sitting around. They still don't have their costumes.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And it's like, so what's the point of that end credit scene? It was nothing. It was done.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we're together now.
Yeah.
Like
I don't give a fuck. Are you wearing your suits?
Well, let me finish.
It's like Gilmore Girls. They're gonna be living together, roommates, and then
Sex in the City,
and then whatever it is, and then 20 years later they decide to fight crime.
Oh, God.
How do they get their uniforms? How do they, advance their powers?
How did they even come up with the uniforms to begin with for spider powers? Right, things like that. But this is how you introduce the vampirism. Mm-hmm. This is how you introduce vampirism. One of the Merlin's family members, Dracula, comes in. He's trapped in the universe, right? He is essentially the one known as, quote unquote, the devil, the original, person in Judeo-Christian mythology, right? Put him in there and have him create Dracula, and Dracula in turn kills him and sucks him and absorbs him, and basically that's your beginnings of vampirism in the Marvel universe. And then you go tease Blade through Madam Web.
Because in Morbius,
it would have been great
with Morbius. Because I have the number 1 from the 90s, the Morbius.
Yeah.
Because he's a genetic.
He's a genetic scientist.
Yeah. But he has vampirism through genetics, and then they have the actual
vampirism disease,
the real vampires. And then in that comic book, he meets up with Lilith.
Yep.
She's a demon, and so they have like this whole vampire.
There's
thing.
a pantheon of vampires,
and they don't like him because he's a genetic vampire. He's different.
He's beyond different because he doesn't suck on life force. He sucks on the plasma of people, which essentially makes them old, but temporarily.
Right.
Yeah, but no, the second time so that whole comic was cool. I mean, they should have done something like that. They could have brought up vampirism like that. They could have a lot of different ways, man. I mean, with Midnight Suns, because why was the voice of Blade introduced in which movie was that? Was
Eternals.
Eternals. Why was he introduced in Eternals?
It was basically a tease.
Because of Black Knight.
Yes, because of Black Knight and the Necro Sword, they were trying to begin the beginnings of Midnight Suns by introducing him and all that other stuff, but they didn't do it.
But that wasn't the movie to do it in.
Right.
Exactly.
It wasn't.
That extra scene at the end, that extra credit scene didn't make sense to be in Eternals.
Right. It wasn't the movie to. Arguably, it's not the movie to do it in. It also kind of adds it plants the seed, or whatever term you want to use, to show that there's an extended history to the Black Knight that they can go back and tell to bring it up to current year, and Blade just being part of that, the dark realm of Marvel. Like, it's, you can say that they both may have had experience somehow in the past, because Blade, the original character, was, Tomb of Dracula was what the comic book was. So that's how it crossed over in the comic books. Black Knight and Tomb of Dracula.
But putting those characters in Eternals made no sense, because Eternals has nothing to do with that type of lore that Blade is in or Black Knight is in. It really wasn't. It felt out of place for me. I didn't think Eternals was that terrible.
It wasn't.
All right, I think Eternals was that terrible, the way they talk about it. But it's just that scene is kind of jarring. It jars you out of the movie because it doesn't belong there. Like, Black Knight would have been nice if they would have made the Blade movie and Black Knight showed up at the end of the Blade movie. Would make more sense. Or Blade showed up. To be honest, even if Blade showed up in the Morbius movie, it would make more sense.
Right.
Blade going after Morbius at the end of Morbius,
right?
Because Morbius is a vampire, but he doesn't know what type of vampire Morbius is.
Yeah.
But Blade, if he would have showed up, it would make more sense if Blade showed up in the Morbius movie than Eternals.
Right.
Agreed.
And also, if they ever get their act together with Blade itself,
they won't.
They probably won't.
They won't.
I mean,
Wesley Snipes said it.
There's
only one Blade.
There's always only one Blade, and
only ever going to be one Blade.
I mean, he could. That's the thing. He could. I think he could play Blade still.
He could still play Blade.
I think. He played a really good Blade.
Yeah.
In
Deadpool.
I mean, to bring him back.
Yeah.
I mean,
but the thing with the Black,
he's in.
Go ahead.
The guys that supposed to play Blade is coming to Comic-Con.
Yes, he is.
So just to bring it back around a little bit,
right? With Blade and Dark Knight at the end of Eternals.
That was just his voice. So that was the cameo.
Right,
that was his first appearance.
Right, that was his cameo. Right, but if they figure out what they're doing with the actual Blade movie, and he talks about, because even the idea of the Necro Sword is also part of a different, the King in Black, right? And Venom, right? And so if you do something where there's in the Blade movie, that there's a discovery of the Necro Sword, like they discover it not even involving the Black Knight, they just discover the sword, right, as part of some ancient prophecy, right, or ancient lineage or archaeological dig or some discovery, then you can just kind of hint at it. And then from there, you can develop the history of the Black Knight in a different series. I wouldn't even give it a movie.
Could be a series.
Yeah.
I mean, they should. I mean, especially with Blade, I think if the movie's failing so much, they might have to make Blade a series, a show.
See the problem
to try to get him in there at this point. I'm saying, because they can't. The director's dropping out and left and right, and the problems they're having. It's like. Maybe if they put it on a smaller scale from now to introduce them, it might help.
It's not even that.
Too many moving parts, and they wouldn't do something like that for Child ID.
No, because here's the thing: the script itself is supposed to be Blade, and then he discovers he has a daughter, and then the daughter comes and helps him out, and then eventually takes over, right? We technically got that with Blade Trinity with Whistler and his daughter, right? So. They kind of want to go for something like that. The problem is, Blade Trinity is the weakest out of the Blade films, right? And the whole point of having a movie by title's sake is the title character, which they wouldn't Obi-Wan Kenobi the motherfucker.
I mean, because if the whole sake is to introduce his daughter, they might as well use Wesley Snipes.
Exactly. Use Wesley Snipes. Let him do his thing.
Because they could always retcon Trinity. They could always retcon Trinity and just do the first two Blade movies. They could include the first two Blade movies into the MCU.
Not even retcon Trinity, because Blade still lives. Dracula's dead.
But if you want to, let's say, bring Dracula into the fold.
If you want to bring Dracula
you know
into
what I
the
mean?
fold,
You would have to kind of retcon the third movie.
well, no,
Unless it's a whole different Blade.
no, it's the same Blade that didn't meet Dracula yet.
So I'm saying, like,
So-
with the MCU,
yeah.
you
Right,
could
'cause
bring
you
those
know
first
what,
2 movies.
Yeah,
'Cause
okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, right,
The same
get
events
pulled.
happened, but that event did not happen.
Or he gets pulled before that event happens.
Within
into the MCU.
with the Blade trilogy, there's still they already set up that there's other hunter packs.
Yeah.
Right. The other groups like Whistler and Blade that are hunting.
but
right.
you're talking about Dracula himself.
Right. I understand.
But
that.
someone else, unless Dracula becomes a title.
No, it's not going to
That
become
would be cool too if it was a title.
of like the
Of like hierarchy kind
of
of.
the,
Yeah,
of the,
because they already have a hierarchy.
of the senior
Yeah.
the senior vampire.
So they have
like
a whole
the
vampire
vampire
packs. They could
the
have
different vampire
a
clans.
different ancient vampire, and he could become the new Dracula.
Which was what I was saying they should have done with the Spider-Verse stuff with Morlun being like one of the brothers of this vampire hunting spider totems and stuff like that. They could eat other totems like gods and pantheons like Black Panther and stuff like that. They did that in the comics. But the reason they don't do it is because they are strictly for supposed to have spiders because that's what keeps them living for as long as they have. So point is if they have no more totems to eat, right, then they'll starve and die out. The only other Spider-Man that beat Morlun, and which is why he's scared of that universe, is 616. He's scared of that Spider-Man. That Spider-Man
That's
fucks
Prime.
him up.
That's
That's
Prime
Prime
Spider-Man.
universe. He's scared of
Prime
it.
Spider-Man.
He's scared of it. But
except for the backup. But because he was
Except for the
killed.
backup.
It's for the backup. I mean, there's what is it, the alpha,
backup.
the alpha version or the beta version of Spider-Man. That was a comic era.
you mean Penn Barker?
No, it was
Peter Barker?
Peter Palmer.
Palmer.
Peter
Yeah,
Palmer.
That's what happened. They bought him and made him canon in the comics when they were able to kill off Peter Parker, and they were like, "Oh, why is this still held together?" And they were like, "Because there was another one before him."
Yeah.
It's pretty much the beta version, and they introduced Peter Palmer,
Yeah.
which is funny. I love that they took
that
a
was
misspelling of the comic and
made
made
it
it
canon.
canon
They made it canon.
as the person who was the Prime Spider-Man right before Peter Parker, and then he brought Peter Parker back alive and
The
everything
Fantastic Five with Spider-Man and with a 5 logo on his chest.
Right.
Dude,
Bombastic Bagman.
else. The bombastic bag man.
Yeah.
Love that.
That was funny.
I need to see that as just
as a nice throwaway, just to throw it in there. It's like
a multiverse thing, and he's there. Even if it's in freaking I call it in Secret Wars, just a throwaway, just him in the background fighting, and then just oh shit, look at him there, just like we got in Beyond
they gotta
Spider-Verse.
give us a proper Venom. They gotta give us a proper Black Suit Spider-Man. Like don't get me wrong, I love my Toby trilogy, and it stood true to what we saw in the cartoons. Right, it came from space. It's there. Blah 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 blah. He gets the suit. His suit changes a little bit. He becomes more aggressive. It changes his mood. It's the darker tones, which is great. It hits all the points, right? It just didn't have the big white logo, and a lot of people love that big white logo
everybody
because, like me
Which
and you,
so-
we know we love that costume.
we love it now, but it's so funny how people hated it back then.
No, they hated
it.
they hated the fact that
They hated the black suit.
whatchamacallit,
Just like New York Met Spider-Man, people hated the New York Met Spider-Man suit. That's what I call it, New York Met.
Oh,
when he worked
orange?
the recent one where
Yeah.
he worked with the cops and it was like that grayish blue and orange that I call fucking. I was like, oh look,
God.
it's New York Met Spider-Man.
but whatchamacallit, I am looking forward to Spider-Man Noir.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Prime.
so am
Yeah, it's coming up on Prime.
Yep,
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
that's gonna be. I'm binge watching the shit out of that, bro.
I haven't watched any anything about it. Like any. Like, I seen one picture of
the suit.
of the suit and of Nick Cage.
Did you see the trailer at least?
No, I don't want to watch anything.
Okay.
I don't want to watch anything. I don't want to spoil. I don't want nothing spoiled for me. Even if it's the little things. I want to watch it as if I discovered the show by accident. Go, oh, what's this? And
It's
the
a
shows
good-
you watch, and then you go, oh shit, this is
From
hot.
the trailer, it's a good palate cleanser.
Yeah,
Yes. Did you enjoy Sin City?
yeah, of course.
Yes.
Did you, as
Frank Miller
a kid?
stuff? Yeah.
As a kid, did you enjoy Dick Tracy?
Yeah, it's gonna have that feel. It's gonna be old school
It's
detective
that-
kind of thing. Yeah.
It's that kind of comic book movie, or series which is going to be good because we need a palate cleanser. We need something to kind of distract us from all the other mistakes that Marvel's been trying to implement and create and stuff like that. Like, granted, you want to talk about hated characters? Ironheart. Everyone hated Ironheart. Everyone hated Ironheart when she came in. They're like, "Who is this chick?" And
Talk about Frank Miller. No, but yeah, like Ironheart. I mean, and funny enough, I haven't seen it. It came out. I might
yet.
see it tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Because what I heard was a lot of mixed
Reviews.
Within the same review, there was like mixed feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some things that people liked, and there's others that the same person hated.
Mm-hmm.
So it's. I mean, I didn't read too many reviews, but the couple that I did read, it was mixed. They were like, oh, I like this, but I didn't like this. Or
Conflicting reviews.
Yeah, it was really conflicted. So they're like, we're gonna wait until the next 3 episodes release. I mean, which they did dirty. They haven't had any. There hasn't been publicity for it.
Yeah. There's
Oh
the
no, there's
Harley.
been lots of it.
Well, now.
In my community, we see all of it. We see all the publicity for Ironheart.
But in the collective community.
Yeah, in my collective community, because we get a lot of the feeds. We see that. That's in our feed. They always show us Ironheart
Yeah,
trailers
I
and shit
haven't
like
seen
that.
It hasn't been mainstream. It hasn't been.
Dude,
when I say mainstream, it's like mainstream.
normies? What, the normies?
Well, like the
You
normal.
can say normies, but how about like the premieres? A lot of the shows had premieres. Like, you ain't see
They
anything
did-
talk about
they-
red carpet premiere for this show.
Oh no!
then
It's
only-
on Disney Plus.
It's on.
It's on Disney Plus, but the premieres. You know how they would have premieres, and you see people on the red carpet, and you hear it on the news, or you read in articles where they had a premiere and they showed up on the premiere.
They're
with the
doing
red-
this. They're doing this
They
one.
couldn't because it's too behind schedule.
But it's also
It's behind
it is.
schedule, but it's also like I feel what they're doing with Ironheart is what they didn't want to do with Batgirl, where they actually did the entire production. They did all the special effects and everything, and then they shelved it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? DC just kind of wrote it off. I believe that they're doing that with Ironheart because they don't want the same thing to happen as in Batgirl. Whereas, like, we already have it, it's in the can, it's ready to go, and they're only doing a technically is a 2-day release because they released it this week, and then next week will be the last 3 episodes.
So they give 3. Yeah, they're not giving it a weekly release.
It's gonna be.
It kind of feels.
it's forced.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like there's no confidence in it.
Right. Well,
Like, there's
Definitely no confidence in it.
No confidence in it.
So they're like, let's release it because we have it. Well, let's not write it off. Let's release it because we have it, and she was established in a prior movie.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just release it. But like, there's no real confidence behind it.
What they should have done was remove Riri Williams entirely from Wakanda Forever. There was no need for her to be there whatsoever. The story could have played out
Just the same.
just the same without her.
Right.
And
she didn't have a big. I mean, like, there was some battles and everything, but there was no need to introduce that additional character in that movie.
Exactly.
Because you already had the split focus between Shuri
And Namor.
and I can't remember the other girl's name.
You talking about
Lupina.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Her character. You have
son.
you have the legacy of the son. You have the death of the mother.
Yes.
Like, that was a lot to put in that movie, and then I think it was just fan service to put it in there, and just to have something. But it was too much. I think Ironheart would have been a lot better
by itself.
Even an introduction, if they talked about it like in the movies with the September Grant of how Peter Parker was supposed to go to MIT, and then they say, it would have played better if they said, we're gonna give your we found another promising young scientist that we're gonna give your spot to. I'm sorry you didn't get it.
They could even just say her last name like Miss Williams,
right?
So that way it's a hint. Okay, you know
exactly. So in whatever multiverse of madness, not multiverse of madness. Excuse me. I can't remember.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Right. In No Way Home, when he didn't get into MIT because of his activities, and MJ and his friend got in, they could say, we're meeting up with our freshman class, so and so, Miss Williams, so and that would have been a great introduction, and then they could have built from there, because she's all of her tech comes from Tony and that grant and that foundation.
And it would be great, because it would have been great even when he's talking to her, she could have the files and. Just how they do, where they show like her handling the files and you see the name.
Yeah.
That's it right there. You see the name. That's the introduction. You know how they've done it a lot in other things where you see the name. You go, oh, that's this person's name.
Yeah.
And they could have showed her name and like, oh yeah, I already have other candidates here.
Right.
And then, her name.
I did burn through it yesterday. For those that don't know, it premiered at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 3 episodes. They're about 45 minutes each. Without giving too much away for it, it's kind of like, you guys remember Dead Presidents?
Yeah.
Okay, where like they come back to their old neighborhood and they're trying to find their way as far as like, what am I gonna do with my life? So on. It has that element to it. Us being New Yorkers, we understand the urban vibe. This one's mainly Chicago. Right, so it's based in Chicago. It's the same kind of vibe. It's the hip hop community. It's that type of world. But she's really trying to find herself. I'll give you this. What I don't like, and I don't know too much about the actual comic run, but they're making it too much about her building the suit, and they touch on it a lot in the 3 episodes of why are you focusing so much on making this tech versus using your knowledge to help other people. Because they talk about it in the show.
Yeah.
That, you can do 100 other things. You are a great scientist, engineer, genius. But she just so dead on about making the suit, and she says, they actually say it in the show a few times. Why are you doing this? And she's like, because I can.
Yeah, that's not a justifiable reason. And the thing is this: she's the actress. Not taken away from her and her performance, because I haven't seen it yet. I only seen what I seen from Wakanda Forever. Her attitude is more of a young adult than it is of a teen. In the comic, she's legitimately a teen. She's a kid. She's an urban kid.
Yeah.
She is not dealing with the boyfriends and rent and shit like that.
Yeah.
At her age right now, as the actress is an adult playing a young adult, that's the time you're supposed to be thinking about paying your stuff. You know what I mean? And taking care of your stuff and whatever the case may be. But the whole thing is people start, fanboys and fangirls, they go in and they start talking about, is she better than Tony Stark, smarter than Tony Stark, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you're talking about somebody who stole the mantle, similar to War Machine, but War Machine got blessed in the sense of,
Well, War Machine was his partner.
Bingo. He has the friendship aspect, and on top of that,
he was part of the development.
War Machine was stolen first.
It was stolen.
It was stolen at first.
Was stolen at first, but he got the blessing afterwards because
he wasn't someone random.
Bingo.
He was part of the family, the conglomerate of.
I think the issue is, like you said, she stole it.
She's
not getting the blessing because he's dead.
Bingo.
I mean, like the actor himself.
She's using
the show.
She's using it for her inspiration.
Call her and like, I can't wait to see this. He's excited. He talks about being excited of her coming into the MCU and stuff. So like the actor blessed the actress to play the part. But I see what you're saying. Is the way she came up with the suit is just like, okay, it's not her original idea. There was a person in an iron suit already.
Yeah, exactly.
And now she's building it as well. So, it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but this is also in the comics. This is also in the comics.
It feels as if, like, if you didn't know Iron Man, it's not like Iron Man directly mentored you, right? At least in the show, because there was no actual connection and they never met. If like, would you be doing this if you weren't trying to mimic Iron Man? Because again, you can use your skill, your knowledge, your abilities
to do something else,
to do something way better.
I mean, and
it's almost a manufactured struggle of her trying to prove herself.
Yes, and that's the problem with the comic.
And instead of like trying to help the world, and I think a little bit is trying to chase the high of what she did in Wakanda. That's the feeling I get from
the show, because
because
the show definitely takes place after the Wakanda ever.
Yes.
Okay, so it's definitely gonna feel like she's chasing the high of I did it once, and I'm gonna do it again.
Because
she's doing it for herself and not for.
She actually, again, not to give too much about it, but there's they hint to it too, where she comments about like I don't have $1 billion and I don't have access to a mountain of vibranium, so I guess I got to do it myself. No, you don't have to do it yourself. You can do something completely different.
Bingo.
Right.
So the way they're playing it, I see it's a little more.
That's the problem with her character. That's the biggest problem with her character. But she's not even for my generation. She's for the younger audience,
right?
Which I give that.
Right.
But I think the reason Robert Downey Jr. gave the blessing to the actress also is because Marvel, they want to treat everybody as family when they go into the table, so that way they can all make money and do their thing. It's like the Ghostbusters effect. We can't do the Ghostbusters without Bill, and Bill needs to be in this bitch, and he needs to stop fucking around and come home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He has to tip his hat to the next set of movies, or give the blessing.
That's the thing. Yeah, because I remember when they were talking about how Bill was going to refuse to show up in Afterlife, and people were getting upset because if he doesn't show up, then it's not
concrete, because
and when he finally agreed to it, people were kind of like sighed of breath of relief, because they were like, okay, he's gonna be in it, and he's happy with it. Okay, good. That's the thing, because because the OGs.
Yeah, because we didn't have Harold Ramis, and Harold Ramis was not going to do it without Bill, because what they did was, in the original film, they gave him all the lines.
Ramis and Bill were close, man.
No, they're very close.
They did all the
movies together. Yes, Meatballs and shit like that. Yeah. So basically, and plus they come from SNL, so they all came from the same theater.
They came from the same group. The ones in Chicago. I forgot what they're called.
Growlings.
Is it the Growlings?
Or Second City, I think.
Second City. So basically, they have that camaraderie and stuff like that, and they want to have that. But the problem is, it's not so much it's not the actress, and it's not the show. It's the character, specifically from the comics, because a lot of people was like, I don't like the way this is written. This feels forced. It feels forced, just like the show feels forced.
I wonder,
which I think it might be a true representation. So I gotta give it a shot when I see it tonight.
Yeah, no, it's worth watching. I mean, it's an interesting series of story, right? It's again, the urban environment. It's Chicago. If you're from Chicago, you're gonna love it, because it's all about
Chi-Town, baby.
Chi-Town. But again, I just think it's a manufactured, forced struggle. Like, you could be doing so many other things, except and you're just holding on to the suit, because that's what the public draw is for the movie and the internet and the intellectual property.
So that they said our DJs and play different characters, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he'll come as an Iron Man, see her, and kind of like say that
AI,
how he'll be the evil type of Iron Man, and he'll come on and see her and be like, "Oh, what are you? Some kind of copy? You did this for what?" Like, kind of like
Junior League, or he'll give a a snipe as far as like a sly comment or something like that.
That would be interesting, because then you'll be like, maybe that's what they were leading to all along.
It's if that does happen, I mean, it's gonna have to be one of those multi-dimension things, because
of course, that's what Doomsday and Secret War is gonna be about.
Because she's existing now currently in what the MCU,
because when
1999 timeline, whatever, 636.
What you're looking at, though, because like They're gonna bring the X-Men, the 2000s X-Men. Now you see that which 2000s X-Men, which ones are they gonna bring in? Because we have all three, and then we had the Days of Future Past and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So when he brings the X-Men, when they bring the X-Men in, which X-Men are gonna be? Would it be after one? Because they said that Famke is gonna play Phoenix, not just Miss Marvel. Not Miss Marvel, right?
Miss Marvel, yeah.
Not just Miss Marvel. She's gonna play Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Phoenix, the actual Phoenix.
So that you would say, okay, they're pulling from at least after X-Men 2.
Yeah, which is X-Men Last Stand.
Or X-Men 3 Last Stand.
Yeah.
So they're going to pull from there. I'm going to bring it around. And the whole thing, because you said it has to be multiversal. Mm-hmm. What if they bring, to give that character the blessing, what if they bring RDJ back from before he died? They pull him from somewhere before he died.
That, or he puts his consciousness into AI, which he did in the comics, and he becomes the voice for the suit.
No, there you go. You can do that too. I mean, there's already a component of
Yeah.
When he had the helmet and the projection when he talked, like you tell when he talked to his daughter, he kneeled down right in front of her, he was talking to her, he was talking directly to her, like he knew. So there had to be some type of AI component in that message to know where his daughter was sitting at, that she was going to be sitting on the couch, to the left of to the right of Happy, and all that, and then he talks to her directly because he walks straight to her. Mm-hmm. The image walks straight to her, kneels down in front of her. Mm-hmm. So it'll be hard to do like an Obi-Wan Kenobi thing where it's just a 3D a hologram just speaking.
Yeah, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, I need your help.
they would have to position the helmet. Okay, you sit here, and the helmet has to be right here.
Yeah,
and it's so.
But that goes back to that tech that Tony kind of repurposed, called Barf.
Barf.
Right. Yeah. So
I really wanted Mysterio to be multiversal. Would have been nice.
It would have been nice, but
or even if he was, I don't know. I mean,
but I'll tell you this much: I
don't think he's dead.
Speaking about Mysterio, Mysterio, you guys, you have not read Ultimate Spider-Man, the new one. No. Oh my freaking god, bro! That's the Spider-Man we've all been waiting for. So, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on it. This universe is the second universe of the Ultimate Universe. This universe is created by Mr. Fantastic, who's known as the Master. I forgot his. What do they call him? The Maker. The Maker. The Maker.
The Maker. Yeah.
No, the Maker. So he dubs himself the Maker, right? So he escapes from 616, right? Because he was in prison there because he escaped from the incursions. Then he goes into another universe and creates the Ultimate Universe again, where everybody who's supposed to be a superhero isn't a superhero. They're living a normal life, right? Peter Parker marries Mary Jane, has 2 kids, right? A girl and a boy. Tony from the future comes in from the other dimension, gives him the venom, the spider that has the venom bite for the radioactive spider.
Yeah.
And a black ball of nanites, the nanotech, right? So he gives him that, creates a suit, he interacts with the suit. The suit copies his AI. The suit later gets stolen by his son, and him and his son go in as father and son Spider-Man, and his son's wearing the black suit, and the suit is going to be later on, we guess is going to be Venom. But him and Harry Osborn are best friends, and he's wearing a goblin suit, and he does not know that his son has the AI suit, and he didn't know Spider-Man had the AI suit. Kraven the Hunter is there. He's fucking awesome. And Mysterio, believe it or not, is actually magical. And there's amulets, and there's a collective, and one of the Mysterios is Gwen Stacy, and Gwen Stacy never died.
What?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
this Ultimate Universe, like, it's the best thing because it's actually going according to our real life timeline. So anything that happened 6 months ago when that comic came out, that's timeline accurate. So if it's Christmas or Thanksgiving now, and the comic comes out now, it's taking place now. And so on and so forth.
Monthly, so it comes out. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's a story that
it comes out every
up to date.
every 3 months.
Oh, every 3 months.
Every 3 months, this comic comes out.
I mean, well, they have to come up with the story for that holiday, let's say, or
and also
situation.
Ultimate Wolverine, fucking crazy because he is the new Winter Soldier. It's fucking bananas, bro. It's bananas. Like
a Russian asset.
Oh, he's more than just a Russian asset. Everyone's scared of him, including the people who made him. It's nuts. It is nuts. He's fractured. He's bonkers. But that's something that I think you guys would enjoy reading or seeing on YouTube. Getting the stories, right? That shit right there is A grade. Like if they made a movie on it, it would be dope. It would be dope. Freaking Sandman starts to become a good guy because they save Sandman from this plant. They have like this sonar dish. Every time he comes up, they send a frequency and it brings him back down to the ground. He turns it to a bunch of billion pieces of sand, and then he comes up again. When they smash it, he finally becomes a person and talks. And he's like, "Thank you, you saved me." And it's his son who saved him.
That's fair enough because the Tobey Maguire Sandman was misunderstood.
Yes,
that was his character. He was misunderstood,
Mm-hmm.
and he really didn't want to be a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
it was circumstances.
Yeah, circumstances. He needed the money. He accidentally killed on the bin. Accidentally.
That's why I freaking hated that Spider-Man 3 ending.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I forgive you. Thank you. He blows and it disappeared. I was like, ah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, Spider-Man. Oh, yeah. Sandman never died. I don't know why they got that, in No Way Home that everyone died. Sandman didn't die.
So I'm saying, yeah, that anyone who met Spider-Man died. Sandman didn't die.
Yeah, Sandman didn't die.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Electro didn't really die. He even said himself he was part of like the electricity. He felt
he dissipated. He dissipated. Yeah.
And neither did the Lizard. The Lizard didn't die.
Well, no, he
reverted back to human and got sent to prison.
So so I was like, the only one that really died was Green Goblin and Doc Ock.
Doc Ock, pretty much.
Which again, with Doc Ock, the best,
the Venom symbiote in his universe. Oh, we're all connected.
I hate it again. Topher Grace, I don't know. He would have been a better Carnage. Body frame wise.
You know what?
Body frame wise, he would have been a better Carnage than.
I could see him as Cletus Cassidy because he played. He was in Predators, right? And he played a weakling, psychotic, a predator, right? And he was into blades and stuff, using a surgical knife to kill people, right? In that movie, and I'm like, he would have been better as Carnage. You know what? You're right.
I think he would have been. When I saw it, I was like, but even body frame wise, like he wasn't as big as Eddie Brock was.
No, but he tried to get big. He tried.
That was McFarlane's.
Venom, you know what I mean? Venom.
McFarlane's critique on it that Venom wasn't big enough.
Yeah, bro, he's supposed to be if Venom
physically big enough. Like,
yeah,
he was 4 times bigger than Peter Parker.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, because
everyone knows that's the framing for that type of character arc, especially when everybody was getting roided up. That's their frame. I don't care who anybody says different. They look at Arnold like, yeah, I want my guy to be that big. I want my villain to be big, larger than life, swollen. And then later on, depending on who's writing the story, Venom gets more monstrous, more bigger. He's almost the same size as Hulk as far as muscle mass, right? And that's where people are like, oh yeah, Venom needs to be this big. I'm like, no, that's your version of Venom or what you saw from this particular artist, because I've seen art where Spider-Man is the size of a toothpick, and Venom is the size of a 20-liter soda.
Right.
You know what I mean? A 2-liter soda.
Because Spider-Man is, you can understand, Spider-Man, he's supposed to be a kid in high school. Like, he's not bricked up.
But when he meets Venom and does the whole Venom thing, he's an adult.
Yeah.
Because
even as an adult, I mean, you wouldn't say that he's bricked up. He looks like...
No, he had a swimmer's body.
Yeah.
He had a swimmer's body. He was one of those...
But
he was just athletic.
Grace, even though he tried, wasn't a swimmer body at all.
Oh, no, no.
He was lanky.
No. He was lanky, but he would have made a great Carnage. Which, by the way, I think Woody Harrelson did do a good job.
I think he did a
as
good job.
Cletus,
As
yeah.
Cletus.
As Cletus, yeah.
Because it just brought me back to that Bonnie and Clyde movie.
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers,
yeah. I mean, it is. But, go ahead, man. But I was talking about Doc Ock, and I'm telling you, the best iteration of Doc Ock that I've seen so far was in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, because it was the throw. It's the homage to the original comics. It's
But the way he acted, the way it was just so good. Like he was really cocky about that.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I am smart. You got you came to attack me. I'm 3 steps ahead of you, not 2, 3 steps ahead of you.
Right. But that's also his conniption of like, I'm just as good as Harry Osborn. He actually stole his tech from me. So it's like his redemption of like, this is actually my tech. I'm actually a way better scientist than so on. But he's continually undermined. And that's why he's, his...
But it's just so good the way he was, the way he acted. Though I don't know, man. I really enjoyed that version of Doc Ock. I mean, I liked Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is seen as one of those sequels that almost surpasses the original movie. Because usually, you know how they say sequels aren't as good as the original movie, and there's only a few movies like that, like Godfather 2. But I don't know, man. That Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Doc Ock. Amazing.
That Doc Ock is fucking so awesome, man. I can't wait for the next season.
Yeah, man.
Bro, because him being the person who created the actual gear for a lot of these villains is what the Tinkerer is supposed to do. And I think the Tinkerer is his sidekick in the whole thing. So they really wasted the Tinkerer in Homecoming. They should have put him in more stuff. I think they should have. But dude, it's getting to that time. You gotta.
Oh, we went a little extra because we're not gonna be here next week, and plus we haven't been around for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we haven't been around 3 weeks.
The last episode is up already, on YouTube where we talked. So I was like, let it run a little bit longer because that. But I'm at the end of the cigar. Cigar was great, as always. I mean, I'm glad it kept its nice texture and the softness of it.
It was moist.
It was moist.
Moist.
So, I mean, it was good. As always, I mean, we talked about the cigar already. We really need to
flesh out the cigar portions of our channel.
Yeah, actually, we do. We need to flesh that out, and we need to try other ones other than Keith's stash or my stash.
Yeah. You know what it is? Time wise, it's we have to get to the smoke shop and pick out a cigar like we haven't tried yet and just look at it and like, all right, let's give this a shot. And if anything, worst case scenario, we go through the list and we pick every single cigar in that tray for that day. It's like, all right, we'll pick this one, and this one, and we'll each get a description of the cigar, or unless we all smoke the same cigar and we'll give our take on it. Do I like it? Do I not like it? What do I prefer? This, that, and third.
Especially ones that we haven't tried yet.
Yeah, and I'm only talking about the ones we haven't tried. And no, we will not be smoking that bullshit ass cigar acid. No. Hell fucking no.
Well, no, we could give our take to it.
You sure? I mean,
we could give our take.
No, I don't do acid. I'm sorry.
Come on. Oh, but then before we go, man, and non-comic booky, a show that I think you guys should watch, and if you have Apple TV, you don't.
No.
You can watch it. You can watch it other ways, but you guys got to watch The Studio.
The Studio?
Yeah,
Studio?
so Zach,
Okay.
Zach recommended the show. It's a comedy series. It's with Seth Rogen, right? Oh, Seth Rogen, Catherine Hahn, Bryan Cranston. And in that show, Bryan Cranston looks like fucking Stan Lee. He looks like Stan. Yeah, man. Catherine O'Hara's in it. And then I gotta say,
I just saw it.
I gotta say this guy, and this guy was in a lot of parody movies, and his name is Ike Barinholtz. I don't know if you know, but if you look at his face, you go, oh yeah, it's that guy. He was in like these parody movies when they were doing the parody movie.
Oh
kind of
yeah,
deal.
like another superhero movie.
Not another teen
like
movie. All
he's
those
in
other
those
movies.
movies.
Okay.
So he's great in it, and it's basically about making movies. Like and it's hilarious because the whole season is that Seth Rogen is given the position of head of studio. So Catherine O'Hara was fired, and Seth Rogen was given the position on one condition. On one condition by Bryan Cranston.
Okay.
And the condition was that Barbie was a big hit.
Barbieheimer.
So Barbie was. They mentioned Barbieheimer. Funny enough. So Barbie was a big hit. So the CEO of the company got the rights to Kool-Aid, and the whole season is him trying to make Kool-Aid the next Barbie.
Wow.
Kool-Aid movie.
The Kool-Aid movie, the next Barbie.
I want a damn Kool-Aid movie.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
There's cameos in it, all right? There's a lot of people cameos in it.
Wow.
Two of the best cameos was Ron Howard was in it. That shit was hilarious. Because it goes that he's the studio head, so there's other movies that they're making at the same time and stuff like that. So like Ron Howard, they come up with a Ron Howard movie and they have to green light it and they have to tell Ron Howard, they have to give him notes. And then he has to cut a part of the movie. But that part of the movie means a lot to Ron Howard. They don't know how to break it to him. And like Anthony Mackie's in it. Wow. Anthony Mackie's hilarious. One of the best cameos though was Martin Scorsese's in it. Right? And they find out that he's trying to sell a script, so they go to him and he's desperate for a script for Kool-Aid because Seth Rogen's character believes that he wants to make cinema. He wants to make like these big movies. He doesn't want to make Kool-Aid.
Right.
Because he thinks Kool-Aid's going to be a silly movie. He don't like those type of movies. Right? So he heard that Martin Scorsese is doing a script. I'm just going to give you what it is, and then from there you have to watch it. Okay, so he goes to Martin Scorsese.
He's eating a lobster.
And, no, he's going, and he goes to Martin Scorsese, and the script, Martin Scorsese, I got the script, and it's amazing, and whatever. It's going to be my biggest movie ever. He goes, okay, what's your movie about? Jonestown. Okay?
Yeah.
Jonestown. Jonestown is, of course, obviously before our time, but Jonestown was one of the biggest mass suicide events in history.
Yes.
So he goes, okay, Martin, I'll buy your script and greenlight your movie if you just change the names of the movie from Jonestown to Kool-Aid.
Damn.
Dude, I'm just going to tell you that. You have to watch the show.
I mean, it fits.
The show is a quick burn. You could watch it. The first episode is 40 minutes.
Okay.
After that, every episode is only 20 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So you could and there's only 10 episodes.
So it's digestible.
Yeah, you could watch it in a night or two. But I really recommend this show because this show is fucking hilarious. It's like exactly like this is exactly what happens behind the scenes.
Oh man.
Dude. So it's them trying to make the Kool-Aid movie, and meanwhile other things are happening. They're greenlighting other movies, and it's hilarious from the first episode to the 10th episode. It's Dave Franco makes a appearance. Fucking hilarious.
He's hilarious in this shit.
Dude. They have him recap the season, and he throws in Now You See Me.
Oh God.
So he's like, yo, this happened. He goes, all right, guys, now watch the episode. I'm going to go to the casino, and I'm going to cash in because I know how to count cards from that magic movie. And then they have clips of Now You See Me.
Oh, my God.
And it's,
you know that other movie that I did?
Wait, speaking about that, isn't there another movie coming out of Now You See Me?
Now you
don't. Or
Now You Don't? Yeah, I got to see that. See that.
I highly recommend the show. You got to watch. It's not comic booky.
No, this is pure comedy.
It's comedy, and exactly like this is what really happened. You'll have to deal with that. Even filming the stuff that he's filmed, he had to deal with certain things he's telling me, and that I was texting him the whole time that I was watching the show, Because it's like, yo, look at this is hilarious. Well, this is what happened. This is what happened. And he's like, yeah, man, it's crazy, and it's great because it's Seth Rogen, and he's just really trying to make Kool-Aid work. And all these cameos, all these like famous people are in it. Charlize Theron is in it. Steve Buscemi's in it.
Well, are they playing themselves?
Yes.
They're okay. So it's just like
it's a Hollywood thing. It's like what happens behind
true
the
life.
scenes.
It's true life. Yeah.
Yeah. What happens to movies in the eyes of executive producers and stuff like that, and the studio head and everything. It's hilarious, man. I'm telling you, that Scorsese one I think is like episode 3.
Wow.
So it's right there. So if you watch it, you'll get to watch it, and you could just hit me up and tell me how funny that part was, especially when he talks about it's Jonestown, my man. And then they have the poster of Steve Buscemi because he's to play the title character, and it's just like it's a dark poster, and he's Steve Buscemi's face, and it just says Kool-Aid. And yo, dude, it was. He goes, well, Kool-Aid has something to do with it, so might as well. Yo, dude,
that's perfect. That's perfect.
The studio is a really good show. I'm hoping there's a second season, man. It's a really. I mean, if there isn't, it's still the way it ended. It's still good. But it's funny because it's Catherine O'Hara tries to sabotage it because he took her job. She got fired and he took her job, and she's resentful over it, even though he helped her become a producer of certain things and he brought her back into the fold and at a lesser position. But it's a really Zoe Kravitz is in it.
Oh, great!
She's fucking hilarious.
You don't think she has a funny bone, but she does.
Yeah, I mean, because she does play serious things.
Yeah,
dude, in this, it's fucking hilarious, man. She gets high, and you have Zoe Kravitz playing Zoe Kravitz high.
Wow. Okay.
High as fuck on mushrooms. It's fucking funny, dude. You gotta watch it. It's a pretty good one.
That's funny because she was married to Channing Tatum at one point, right?
Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
Channing
Tatum?
Channing Tatum, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I just saw freaking what was it? Blink Twice. I think it's called Blink Twice.
Yeah.
Basically, a film of him being a man in power, and he has this island, and he has this perfume which makes people forget, and it's kind of like almost like a horror flick.
Yes, I haven't seen it yet, but I know what you're talking about.
What's it again? Blink Twice?
Blink Twice.
I gotta watch it.
It's on Amazon. I saw it. I was getting what was going on, and then the pieces came together. You gotta watch it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go into detail like you did with the show, but
well, I mean, I just gave you a certain part of the.
I can't because he Keith looks like he wants to watch it. So I want to make sure.
No, I went into the show, but I ain't giving anything away. You just have to watch it.
Yeah,
because there's a part called Warner, and the show itself, it seems like it's a one shot.
Okay.
Kind of thing where it hardly cuts away. If he's somewhere, if he goes somewhere for the episode, that whole episode is in that area because the shot never really cuts away.
Oh, okay. So it's like
it's a one
shotter.
Yeah. So it's good. It's good.
Okay. Well, on that note, guys, this is an extended episode of Cigars and Ash. And I hope you enjoyed your time with us, listening to us rant about random shit as per usual. But, it'll be another 2 weeks before you hear us again. And Keith will have his vacation.
And he can tell us all about him smoking in the pool.
Yeah, he could tell. He's talk about his experiences.
And getting Cuban women
and
watching
the house. And watching thongs everywhere and shit. You know what I mean?
I hope he sends pictures. You better send pictures. See a thong? No, that's creepy.
No, I
didn't say that.
I don't want to be on the registry anywhere.
Well, there's that. So, with that being said, we're probably gonna just wrap up right now. So, I'm your boy Loco Lou.
Keith from Keith's Stash.
And just Joe. No potatoes. Potatoless Joe. I'm Potatoless Joe now.
Yeah. You know what my daughter calls you now? My Uncle Steve.
Steve. Yeah, I'm gonna change to Steve. I'm Steve from
All
Minecraft.
right. And this is the end of the episode, guys. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that other stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.